maybe a little one. Out of reverence for the holiest of numbers, there will be no irreverent, no comedic introduction. It needs no introduction. Take it away, Thomas.
It's issue 69. Nice. And welcome to the Pot Topic podcast. I am your host, Tom, and with me I have other hosts. I wish one of them wasn't with us right now. Eddie.
Many great people in the world have wondered if birds can eat toffee. Well, I can tell you on this great and holy podcast that two can chew.
Oh, fuck. Tom.
Guten Abend, Herr Tom. Wie geht's?
Nice. And Taran, the cock juggler. Wilmore. Dirk. So it's a special landmark occasion.
Yeah, I mean, fuck all this 100, like, marking
yes.
every 100 and all that bullshit. 69, Tom.
Yeah.
It's 69.
Because
we've made it to 69.
Because we're childish. And we're big and clever.
Talking about being childish, shall we get straight onto the whiskey?
Of course.
Tell us.
Of course. Celebrating the fact it's our 69th issue, I have a big bottle of Knob Creek for you. Which I believe is how much percent?
That would indeed be 50%.
Shit.
I think this is going to get quite, as befits the number, Tom, it's probably going to get quite sloppy.
It's going to get sloppy all over the place. Right. So we're running down our chin by the end of it.
Do the honours?
Of course.
Oh,
violent. Plastic cork, that's why. All right, so this podcast is recorded on the 27th of November for release on the 1st of October. Shit, I've got another quick turn away because I'm away this weekend. Fuck.
How are you recording a podcast in November and releasing it in October, just out of interest?
I meant September.
Fair. Captain Pedantic to the rescue.
Yeah, thank you for that. So, on this podcast, we have several pots. Done it in a weird order tonight. They're filled with topics from our hosts, from our community. We pull them out at random and talk bullshit for 2 hours whilst drinking the whiskey we've already opened. So, what's everyone been up to for the last few weeks?
Annoyingly, I should have really thought ahead and engineered a situation in which I would have engaged in a 69 before this. But it's been a little while. I mean, I do like me a 69.
You only had to ask.
I do like me a 69.
It's better than a 68.
It's much better than 68. Yeah, 68's enlarging nonsensical.
Well, it's when they're nutting you in the balls.
I thought a 68 was chicken cum pow.
This is why you should never trust Norwegians. Who would care for a Knob Creek? There you are. There's yours.
No.
Eddie? And your Renee. Probably for the best.
I've got my cheap
50,
American rip-off whiskey.
50%.
Actually got
this is going to be
can of JD.
I'll pop the cork.
Oh, violent.
Cheap and tacky.
So the biggest thing that's happened in my life, my girlfriend's got back. And to celebrate as such, I've been watching a lot of TV. I've been watching a show called Face Off. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. Oh my God, that's good.
It is. I watched some of it with you last night.
So basically, you've seen RuPaul. You've seen all those reality TV shows where it's like based around, what's the Tyra Banks one? America's Next Top Model.
Yeah.
That same format, except it's a prosthetic special effects makeup.
Is it hosted by Nicolas Cage?
No, it's hosted by the daughter of
Travolta?
the Star Trek alien creator from the original series.
Okay.
Gene Roddenberry?
No, the actual one who did the special effects makeup and stuff. I can't remember her name.
Oh, is that who she is?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
It's fucking good.
It is.
It's fascinating.
So this is people showing off their skills at prosthetics?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're given a task and a goal and they try and do it, and it shows the process from start to finish for like 8 to 10 people. It's fucking incredible.
It's like America's, or sort of Britain's Got Talent or X Factor or anything like that. Only it involves talented people.
How?
Amazing concept. Talented people
Is it
on a reality talent-based TV show.
Is it Britain's Got Play-Doh?
America's got Play-Doh.
Oh, America's got
Yeah.
When you said they do the whole process, do they go from taking a life cast to point of inception? Or point
Inception?
Well, they have a like
display.
the whole group have like some models to pick from, and they've already got the life casts ready for them. But then they're doing all the sculpting, the moulding, the everything like that.
But that's the fun part.
And doing a life cast.
Yeah.
Shut up and sit there and breathe through a straw. You know you like it, bitch.
Like
Apparently
I've had
69.
Apparently that shit is like really claustrophobic, even if you don't have claustrophobia. Apparently
no, I couldn't do that.
impossible.
No,
I couldn't
I've
do
had
it.
it done. Like,
With your beard?
oh, it's difficult, but lots of Vaseline.
69.
I completely understand, but we were talking about the prosthetics.
Yeah, well, little column A, little column B.
Other than that, been playing Her Story today. I just completed it in 2 sittings, I think. So it's a video game. Hold on. It's not a normal video game. So you are sat at a computer screen and you have a database of videos of a particular murder case. And all you can do is type words into the search bar and press enter. And you'll come up with all videos with that word in the transcript. And you have to try and basically piece together the story yourself. But it ends up, you are actually feeling like you're doing police work because you are following lines of investigation. Like, you hear them say something about a watch, so you probe more about a watch by typing in watch. And then you watch all the videos about that, and it goes into a little bit of a detail where, which wrist were they wearing it on? Okay, so you put in left wrist. And then it goes further on down the rabbit hole, and it's fucking incredible. It's storytelling in the most unsequential way possible, and it's fucking intriguing, and then the ending is mind-blowing. Well worth it.
Could you type in, like, the butler did it?
Oh yeah, you can type in random stuff like that. Like I typed in the word no. At that point, I realised there was a lie detector test at some point, and it's just 10 videos of a girl going, no. And then that's the end of the clip. And then the next one, no. That's the end of the clip.
Did that just get funnier as it went on?
Yeah, it did a bit. But then it made me realise, well, there's a lie detector test in there. I need to find out what the questions were. And it was just like, oh, fucking hell.
Then you got to piece together which response is to which.
And it doesn't quite get that deep, but it makes you think, like, why would they do a lie detector on this woman? And you kind of piece it together yourself.
Does it like Tangent, where you're following one train of thought and that train hasn't finished?
Yeah.
But you've got to go off on a tangent, but you've got to recall that you've still got that train.
I had a notepad next to me, and I was taking many, many notes as I was doing it.
Wow.
So I didn't lose track of what I was thinking while I was watching the videos.
You were in the room and submersed in the game at the same time.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That makes you schizophrenic.
We'll leave that there.
So Tom discovered he was schizophrenic. Happy days.
Spoilers for the game.
That ending is amazing.
Well, the final ending is, oh, you're crazy.
Pretty much.
That would be the greatest ending of the game if literally it drove you insane and the last things was just 2 words, thank you.
Committed.
Do you know how to get better, though? I'll suck your cock while you eat my minge.
69.
69! Nice!
I'm going to do it as Bill and Ted, I think, from now on.
69, dude! So, other than that, hospitality.
Yeah. Sweet. Oh, shall I take it from there?
it.
Yeah, cool. So, first thing I want to say is actually this Knob Creek that we've got is wicked. It's the Knob Creek small batch, patiently aged, which is 50% strength. It's really nice. So, we never very rarely get around to reviewing the whiskies, but I quite like this one.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Other than that, I will say, we went to Hospitality in the Park, which is a big multi-tent drum and bass thing in Finsbury Park. Mm-hmm. And it kind of made it by the skin of my teeth. In fact, I was down to plan F in plans of getting there. Of course, first plan is, cool, got ticket. Plan A, I will go along. This failed easily. And in fact, earlier on in the week, I was already on plan D when I messaged the group. I said, oh, by the way, guys, I'm very sorry, but I've now got to work on Saturday. And it was like, oh, no! And then, so I let that stew for a little bit before going, but but only for the first show. I'll be there for 6. Way! At which point somebody points out,
Taz,
Poiler points out.
Yeah.
So I've just had a look at the ticket. It says the last lesson is 5. I said, oh, okay. So I've now got to be creative if I'm going to make it there, because I really wanted to go. It's been a good year since I had a proper stomp. I needed it.
I think the last proper stomp was Hospitality in the Park last year.
Well, for me, it would be Boom.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So, I was much in need of proper stompage. So I think I got down to Plan F in the end. I tried a mass of different variables. Each one kind of got cut off at the head until finally I end up having to teach one of the in-house electricians at work, how to do Act 2 of my plots. Just so, that would allow me to get away at 4 in order to get there in time. And I did. I managed to get there with 15 minutes to spare. So that's not bad going. But again, there were so many variables on that could have gone wrong. Because in order for him to do my plot, it meant that the chief electrician, who hates board opping shows, would have to agree to op the show. And also, the other people higher up would have to agree that, yes, this is acceptable. So I didn't say anything. Because I didn't want to say, okay, I think I've got this, get my hopes up and then not manage to make it. But, I did in the end, and it was fucking amazing, and we all got trolleys, and danced lots of drum and bass, and it was fantastic. It had been so long. In fact, it had been so long since I'd had a stomp, that for the first half an hour or so, I had to, use my thumb to tap out the rhythm, so I could keep at least some sort of time with my thumb until my body basically remembered how to move again. Ish, yeah. Yes, it did.
I mean, I know it's very mean, but I don't care because I'm mean. It's the point where me and Kel have turned to each other and gone, oh God, it warms my heart seeing a whole room of people move in unison and then just see Taryn and Heather bounce opposite. It's hilarious.
No, I was bouncing contra. Thank you.
Syncopation.
I was going up as everyone else went down. Duh. But no, that was wicked. It's all Alex Perez, which did exactly what I wanted it to do, which I wanted to walk in, dry as I was, and then walk out soaking wet. And that's exactly what happened. And then saw some other good bands. Black Sun Empire were fucking awesome.
Yeah, Etherwood were good.
Etherwood was wicked.
Was awesome.
And then I don't know. It kind of all gets lost to the night at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then went back for a after party at Friends.
Yeah,
and that was fucking lovely.
We kind of figured we've just had an entire day rave of drum and bass, so not bored of it yet. So I had another probably about 12 hours more drum and bass back in some after party.
Yeah. No, it was absolutely wonderful. And that's pretty much been the most interesting thing I've done this week. Yes. Anyone else? Dom, how's your week been?
My week's been really good. So I bought HTC Vive from where I was working in Hull. That was fun. That should be here in the next few days.
So, Rickard, we've got some 3-way rec room coming up soon.
Yes. And then yesterday I went back to Herefordshire and Ludlow College. Oh, that's my fidget.
Oh, sorry.
I went to Hereford and Ludlow College and had an interview induction type test. It was an entrance exam for the Design and Forge skills.
Oh, cool.
2-year
part-time course. And I got an unconditional offer.
Way, well done.
Nice.
Nice. Hopefully, as soon as the paperwork comes through, starting October, every 5 weeks I go up there for a week and learn blacksmithing.
Brilliant. I enjoy nothing more than unconditional entry.
Yes.
69, dude.
Nice. Very well done.
So, yeah. Cool. That's it. I also played with a laser cutter, but...
Yes.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
And thank you very much. You can hear them on the air now. Actually, this will probably be the album art. Fuck it, that'll be the album art. We'll take some pictures of them. So, you've made us some lovely laser cut and inlaid...
Yes.
Painted coasters. That's the word.
Beer
Hot
mats.
topic
Beer
podcast.
mats.
Beer mat.
Yeah.
Fucking excellent. They're pretty sturdy.
I mean, the way you pronounce beer mat, it sounds like Tiamat's drunk brother dragon.
I was trying to think of like a really pisshead Jamaican dude called Matthew. Beer mat.
Beer mat.
And that's the caliber of jokes you can expect tonight because I'm tired.
Comedy.
Thank you very much for those, dude.
Eddie.
What you got going on, Eddie?
I got old.
You got old?
Yeah. It was my birthday.
It was indeed.
It was.
Thanks, boys.
No, I remember. It was on a Saturday and I had to go to work.
Yes.
Yes.
I was mightily miffed.
Mate, live my life. I live miffed.
I fucking hate your work so much. Yeah, I got old. It sucks.
Yeah,
Like,
it does, doesn't it?
I'm staring at 40 soon. That's fucked up.
I just
It makes me happier that you're doing that rather than me, but I know it's coming soon.
I
so
know, and it
I'll
also
shut up.
the gloating rights I have when you hit it, because you are just behind me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, that's the only solace I'll take, is that I will live through that year and then I will torture the shit out of my best friend.
And if
how
that's
old are
not
you
what
now?
for 32,
Oh, actually,
32.
you're a bit further.
bit
behind.
further.
Yeah, he's got a while. Hal's not far behind you.
How's in front of me?
How's in front of you?
So's Sophie and so's Paula.
Excellent. We can torture them first.
I'm going to watch them fall like dominoes.
It's all right. We'll just enjoy the fact. Like, I don't know, what is it? The pioneer gene. Like they're out there first, carving the way.
And I'm the Chinese that have been enslaved and brought over to build railroads.
Solid and analogy.
Yeah.
What does
That's
that?
what
What does that
pioneer
make Tom then?
Cowboy.
I'll take it. Mm-hmm. Ride 'em.
And as I always say, you can't spell analogy without anal. I think we'll all agree that that's timely and vital to what we were talking
what are you
about.
suggesting?
I don't know. Hang on. What would be like a reverse 69?
A 96.
We're talking about reversed anal cowboy.
Wait.
Hang on.
Out of interest, can you have two people eating each other's ass at the same time?
Yes, two contortionists.
Would it take contortionists?
No,
Oh, no.
no. It's just getting over.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to be quite flexible.
Scoot down
in
a
your...
bit.
No, because
is-
that's the
and then-
problem.
and there's
If
gonna have
you
to be
scoot
some, like,
down,
knees.
your butt goes back as well, so they've still got to get round. You're making their job harder.
So you just need someone who's really tall and someone who's really short.
So basically, you just need someone,
the two rollies.
or oh, now
Four candles.
that's an image I'm going to enjoy forever. Well, no, okay, so I mean, you need whoever's on top. I mean, you, to be fair, like when it comes to 69,
That'll be a Corbett.
It's best side to side.
Yeah,
Side to
it's
side.
got to be
It's got to be
Corbett.
Corbett on top.
Got to be
I
Corbett.
love Ronnie Barker with a passion, but God help Corbett if he's on the bottom.
But if whoever's on top, they've got to actually be like on their knees,
can't believe I'm
kneeling a
saying
little
this
bit,
about
and then whoever's on bottom, they've got to be bringing like their knees
No,
up
that was
over
Rick
their
Mail on
hips
bottom.
a little bit.
Hey, Edmondson.
He went without me, bastard.
Sorry. Right. Cool. Fuck it. Should we go on?
Shall we do a show?
Sod it. Let's
Something
do
about
this.
dicks.
Well, happy birthday. All give each other blowjob. 69. Yeah.
69. Actually, shall the
69,
first topic just be 69? It might as well be.
That was basically going to be the premise for the entire show, so we might want to inject those jokes as we go.
I do have one interjection that's not a joke. I've been thinking today about why 69 is such a pleasing number. Not just for the obvious joke, but if you think about it, it is basically a yin and yang,
Yeah.
which is one of the most pleasing symbols you can see. It's completely lovely to the eye. Mm-hmm. Basically, I'm trying to drag this joke out of the gutter and put it on the
Well,
loftiness.
allow me to knock down your shelf
Fuck
and
you.
stamp it right back into the gutter. Because I like 69s because, to be honest, it's quite nice to have another set of genitals mashed into my face while mine are being serviced. I think, and that's just nice to think about.
I've always said this about him. His mouth is like it's like a velvet Shakespeare. It's so poetic and lovely and romantic, Mash your genitals onto my forehead. Fuck it.
Foreheads?
I don't know what you do. Fucking
What are you assuming I've got like one of those fucking dildo straps that goes round the forehead?
Now I am.
No, not one of those.
Right.
But yeah, and also not one of the ones where because you can also get like the dildos that strap to the mouth as well. Can't you? I don't know. That all gets a little Zentai for me, a little too gimpy.
No, I wouldn't say little too gimpy.
It's pretty gimpy.
A lot gimpy. Completely gimpy. Absolutely gimpy.
In fact, 100% entirely primo grade utter gimpy.
It's not skimpy gimpy.
It does not skimp on the gimp. This is true.
Never skimp on the gimp. Tagline: Pot Topic Podcast. Never skimp on the gimp.
Cool. So Ed, I think we haven't had you in the longest. So do you want to select
things.
one from the hot pot?
One from the host.
Sir.
You know what? I always get worried when I've only got audio coming out of one ear. Because the second issue we ever recorded, we had that only out one ear and we had to record another 20 minutes because we missed the intro.
Oh yeah.
I think we're all right. Let's keep going. I think it's just my headphones.
I think it is, mate.
I'm really resisting the urge to continually read out your IP address.
Oh, it's not my IP.
Oh, that's all right then. People suffering with loneliness, remember there are others like you. You are not alone.
Who's that from? Me?
Like,
Tom? What were you getting at?
Yeah. So people suffering from loneliness, remember there are others like you. You are not alone. It's literally a shit punchline. I must have been drunk. So I guess the topic is shit one-liners.
oh, thank Christ for that.
Let's do that. Oh, I told someone a great knock-knock joke the other day.
Okay.
They were a bit fucked up, so it was the only way it worked. So we'll see if this works. Taryn. So we're going to do a knock-knock joke, right? You start.
Knock-knock joke?
You start.
Refresh me on the format.
Knock-knock, who's there?
Okay, fine.
So you start.
I start.
Yeah.
Come in.
So you've already broken it. See, so my favourite thing to do to a room full of drunk people is to walk in and go, oh, I got this knock-knock joke, you start. And they go, knock-knock, who's there? And they just stand there going, I don't know. Very good.
Yeah, I don't know. So what would be,
What would be a one-liner?
Introverts unite at home.
Well, I mean, that's basically what the internet's for, isn't it?
I mean, the most common one-liner that this room is more like used to is
one-liner. I only know.
All right, let's go with shit jokes. Let's just tell some shit jokes then.
Oh, okay. I mean, my all-time favourite shit joke is a blonde and a brunette were sitting on the floor, and the blonde fell off.
my favourite shit joke is knock knock.
Who's there?
Big ish.
Big issue.
Not today, thanks.
Hey! See, actually, at this very same party I did the knock knock joke, we were trying to explain to Rita, my Lithuanian girlfriend, what a knock knock joke was, because they don't have them.
They don't have doors.
You try and explain the concept of knock knock joke
Uber.
by telling a knock knock joke that doesn't break the concept of a knock knock joke, because all the knock knock jokes you remember are the ones that break the concept of a knock knock joke.
Knock knock jokes
Interrupting
are absolutely
cow.
shit. Interrupting cow.
Yeah, it breaks it because you need to know you need to know that who is the response to the knock knock joke.
Like banana, orange.
Yeah.
So like this one.
Yeah.
So Tom, knock knock.
Who's there?
To.
To who?
It's to whom?
Yes. Oh no, someone did it as
yes.
Miles Jupp.
Grammar Nazi is the answer to that as well. Grammar Nazi whom?
Let's happen. Have I told you the joke about the Gestapo?
No.
Liar!
Fantastic.
Very good.
Fantastic.
Delivery, sir. I toast you.
Oh, this is always a problem with, tell me a joke. And instantly, like, it just goes, they all go away.
Yeah,
They're
they all
gone.
just go straight out of your head, don't they?
Sherlock, this is considered the greatest joke in the history of mankind.
No. Hang on. Is this the Sherlock Watson tent one?
Yeah.
This was the This was voted on the internet survey at the time. The most popular joke in England.
The article I read was about computers learning jokes and the idea of one day producing their own humour, and one of them managed to get a serial killer joke out of a breakfast cereal. But while they were running all those jokes, structurally and from a completely logistical basis, that's the perfect joke.
Yeah, I mean, so I first... do you want to tell the joke?
Not now, you've killed
No, it's all right. Okay, absolutely murdered the
Shall I
joke.
go with one? Because I just looked it up
Yeah,
and I cheated.
What's that?
Did you hear about the guy who invented polos? They say he made a mint. Hey! That's pretty bad.
Yeah, so the joke was quite simply, so was it Sherlock Holmes and...
Okay, right.
And Watson
Sherlock Holmes and Watson are lying on bed one night camping, and they're looking up at the stars. And Sherlock turns to Watson and says, "Watson, I've taught you so much. Have a look up and tell me what you see." And Watson looks up, takes a second, and says, "Well, Sherlock, I see thousands and thousands of stars." And Sherlock goes, "And what does that lead you to conclude?" And Watson goes, "Well, each of those stars most likely has an orbiting group of planets, and one of those planets must be in the same spot that we exist for our planet to exist. So the chances of life in the universe is actually quite good, and one day we will contact smart life." And Sherlock goes, "That's excellent, Watson. Thank you. That's great deduction." And Watson goes, "Sherlock, what is it you deduce?" And as he looks up at the stars, Sherlock says, "Someone's stolen our tent."
Yeah, so I first encountered that joke. There was a site, it was a survey, online survey done, where this group of researchers just wanted to find the funniest joke. And they found they couldn't find a definitive funniest joke, because it changed from region to region. For instance, the favourite joke of France was really quite odd and whimsical, and it was something about a dog going into a bank and banking woofs. It was really weird. But in America, it was to laugh at someone. It was basically calling the punchline was calling someone a jackass. And it was a really interesting read. I assume the site's still up there somewhere and still doing its work. I don't know where I'm going with this. Other than humour's quite subjective, and it changes from on a cultural basis.
So just know, listeners to the podcast who find it funny, you're a niche.
You are very, very special.
A very small niche.
Almost unique, in fact. There aren't many like you.
So recently I've been watching a lot of dad jokes on Facebook, because the guys from Snap have been doing a load of videos once a week of one man versus one man who can make each other laugh.
Oh, is this the pun-off ones?
Yeah, they're dad jokes.
Oh, those are wicked.
They're so good. And I can't remember any of them to repeat to you right now.
There's a really good video.
I've got a good joke, but that's all.
They get bored, so they go to the local supermarket and just pun around the supermarket.
Yes. Oh, okay, I'm going to do a really awful one that is probably shouldn't be out on air.
Wicked. I mean, we can always fix it in post.
Okay, so why did Helen Keller's dog run away?
I don't know.
Wouldn't you too if you were called?
Fuck's sake.
Oh, God.
Just to clarify,
It's awful. It's so un-PC. It's horrible.
Just to clarify the next 3 minutes of complete horribleness, you lowered this bar, okay?
Go for it.
2 paedophiles on the beach. One turns up and goes, "Would you please get out my son?"
Or there's the oh god, Jimmy Carr comes up with some of the worst jokes and also some of the best jokes. The one he said, it's like, okay, cool, like people like me for my offensive jokes. I'm going to tell you the worst joke I've come up with, and if you laugh, you're terrible. But it's as simple as this: like, how do you know your girlfriend is too young? If you have to make this noise to get a blowjob.
Fucking hell.
My favourite Jimmy Carr joke is he was at a nightclub and his friend came up with 2 horrible ladies. And he turned to his friend and said, they're just like buses. And he went, yeah, you don't see one for ages, but two come along at once. And he goes, no, they are just like buses.
Jimmy Carr is a master of defeating the heckler.
Yes.
Yeah, he's pretty
I
good.
love just watching his stuff on YouTube when someone starts yelling at him and he just tears them down a few.
Although one of the best heckles I've ever heard has been levelled at Jimmy Carr, which is at some point somebody shouts out, it's like, my mum had cancer. And Jimmy Carr goes, what? Okay, like, what's that supposed to achieve? He's like, oh, nothing. I just brought it up because it was funnier than this.
God, that's amazing. Oh, to have the balls to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I once actually was able to make Jimmy Carr laugh.
Oh, no. Yes, yes. You told me this story. Was it on the podcast? I can't remember.
I don't think it was. I think it was really chilling. I went to see him in Regent's Park. They got this lovely outdoor amphitheatre.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting there watching him, and he did. It's one of his very standard jokes, which was like, "Does anyone know how the Elephant Man died?" And people started shouting out the real answer, the movie answer, and then people did that. And I shouted out an ironic allergy to peanuts. that actually got a shorter out of him. But the punchline is, no, he was shot in the stomach by a midget out of a cannon. It was a freak accident.
Oh. Fantastic.
But yeah, that I've got to say, Jimmy Carr Live is wonderful, because there's nothing worse when you go to see a comedian and it's the exact DVD he's just recorded.
Well, this is the thing, all those Netflix specials or the Comedy Central, what they call them, specials.
Yeah.
And all the DVDs have kind of killed the stand-ups.
Well, that's the thing. There was this massive thing in the comedy world, which was you yearn to have your own live show. You yearn to have your VHS, your DVD. But you also dreaded it because that's the end of that material.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a year's
gone.
worth of material gone in an instant.
And you've
you can never
honed that
repeat
act.
it.
Chris Rock famously goes to the Comedy Store unannounced every time he goes back on tour to literally just get shouted at.
Yeah.
To get his wind back up. He says he's got to get back into the grind of it.
Yeah.
And like, it's a weird thing, like, because people go, I listen to a lot of podcasts that are recorded at the Comedy Store, and they always like, fucking hell, Chris Rock was here yesterday. And it was like, fuck. It's the most English I've ever sounded. But yeah.
Did you hear?
The Chris Rock. When there's a difference between black people and...
All right, Dom, I believe you got one from Sophie's chest.
I do. It's from 195.147.
Blah. Don't read out someone's IP address.
It's my IP address.
Okay. One from Captain Sickbeard, right, Dom?
All right. I think this one's already come up. Is water is just a portal to a universe where you can fly but can't breathe.
Oh, yeah, that does. Yes, we have, in fact, had that before. Do you want to grab us another one?
Yeah.
There we are. I'll pass you the thing. And while you're selecting, I'll read a rider from the Little Red Book of Rider. Aerosmith.
Speaking of a shit joke. Yeah, go on.
Sorry, I thought that was the joke.
Aerosmith rider. Tea set. 1 bag of wheatgrass. Corn on the cob. Cooked for exactly 3 minutes.
They don't specify what temperature.
12 Kelvin.
It doesn't matter. It's about to be shoved up Liv Tyler's fanny.
Would Aerosmith do that? That's her dad.
Close your eyes. I want to fuck my daughter.
This one's from Jimmy New, and it's...
Jimmy New?
Well, no, this is just a web address. And yeah, let's not... So I've already...
It's like the time Darren sent in a topic which was a YouTube link.
Somebody tells me that's spam. So third time lucky. Let's go with this one.
Is it you,
What's this?
No, it's not me. It's the Mad Hatter. Taz, could you interject as how this is pronounced?
The Mad Hatter? Okay.
Oh, no.
Change places.
I've got the fucking mic set up for my voice. God damn it.
All right, okay, cool. I'm going to take Ed's seat.
I wonder why.
I'm going to take Taz's seat.
I'm going to take... I have to take yours.
Yeah,
I
you
was
have
going
to
to say
take mine.
Dom's then and not...
Oh my god, there's so many cables in between you and I.
There really is.
That's why I went this way.
Wow, that rain is really coming down too.
That's why
Right.
Taz went that way, just to get annoyed.
Okay. By the way, during the break, I'm changing back. Fuck's sake.
This makes great radio, doesn't it?
Hang on.
We'll just put the Benny Hill theme over it, it'll be fine.
Close my eyes, see my daughter sleeping.
That's so wrong. Funny enough, that's in flower as well.
You've gone too far.
I'm going to Ed's place.
Why? You said...
I said Ed's place. Get over it.
I can't get over it, there's too many cables.
While the hosts are arguing on who sits where, from the Arctic Monkeys, Special K, Crunchy Nut Cornflake, 2 cooked chickens, a novel of Venue's choice, 2 cases of cider, Wrigley's extra chewing gum, and a novelty yo-yo.
You know, sat here, I suddenly feel the urge to do this.
Do you know what I've just had the urge to? I've got the teapot full of whiskey.
But no glass.
Yeah, but look,
I don't need a glass.
Yeah, but look what Taz ended up with.
Illicit.
Okie dokie. Welcome to the Pot Topic Podcast. We're going to get some whimsy from Captain Sickbeard.
Hello.
Well,
And joining us tonight is Taz.
yo,
And,
noise, dick.
and Taz, I'm going to have to cut you off there because I want to. Tom. And now we're going to do the rest of the podcast like a 1950s newsreel. Because I'm in control of this bitch, motherfucker, and you're not. So, tally-ho, and off we go.
As the last topic was Dom's, and left of Dom is now Ed. Ed is one from the pitch pots.
Okay, if we keep doing this, we'll never let them have a topic again.
Cool. So, quick rundown of the pitch pot. These are all taken from lewisandquark.tumblr.com. They run a neural net computer and they feed shit into it and it comes up with entertaining things. This particular one is, it came up with a list of story titles. And the whole thing with the pitch pot is we read out the genre, the title, and then we come up with like the 3-act synopsis of it.
This particular pot was made for me and my whimsy. Ladies and
Let
gentlemen.
me express my whimsy gland.
Ladies, gentlemen, beards. Action adventure. Oh, bullets.
O spelt how?
Oh.
Just the O.
Oh, bullets.
Oh.
Just the letter O.
Oh.
Okay, so we're talking about some sort of technical advance in which you shoot someone and they have orgasms, right?
Oh, bullets.
Oh,
Well,
bullets.
that's not where I went to. I went to the much fated third sequel to Boondock Saints. It's Irish. Oh, bullets. Bang.
Well, I mean, that would involve an H after the O, surely.
No, it's not Oh bullets. It's not Oh real monsters. It's Oh bullets, as in O'Donnell.
Surname.
Yeah, Patrick
O'Leary.
Wait, is there an apostrophe?
No.
Patrick O'Bullets.
And their friend was there. Pat a cake.
I've got them, you sweat them. Oh, fucking hell.
Do it.
Sorry, that took way too long.
Pat a cake.
Pat a cake.
Baker's man. That's the one. Right.
I mean, I'd quite like to explore the idea wherein war is done by disabling the other side with orgasms.
I thought you might. Would one project this in a two-way motion, thus allowing a bullet-ridden 69? 69, dude!
That's one hot war.
Although I'm
It's like
imagining,
the love bomb.
I'm imagining the
That's
gun.
what they
in
call
which-
me.
You know, Vietnam was pretty much like composed with bands like the Stones painted black and stuff. Like
Yeah.
there's a soundtrack
Yeah,
to Vietnam.
it's basically the soundtrack to MASH.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This war, the soundtrack is going to be Barry White.
Or Marvin Gaye.
Oh, yeah.
Get your mum involved, some Kenny G and all.
So actually, like, the 69 cannon.
So, dude, you're doing that wrong.
65's where you're kneeing them in the chest at the same time.
So the 69 gun or 69 cannon would be this is like the high risk end of the scale where it's got
Two
barrels.
barrels.
Yeah, exactly. One facing to you, one facing towards the enemy. Now you have to hit both, or whoever gets hit dies. But if both get hit, there's orgasms aplenty.
Surely if
It's like the prisoner's paradox of orgasms.
Since we're going to get technical with this, that's an 11 gun, not a 69 gun. A 69 gun, the barrels are curved round facing into each other and explodes every time the trigger is pulled.
I know.
Science, bitch.
Hashtag feels.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't know. I quite like the idea. So, it's action adventure. You said.
Is it the invention of the O-bullet? It's an action adventure about some guy testing out this thing. There's many, many failures where he's just accidentally killing people and then being accused of something. And then the final moment of the film is him achieving this magical bullet.
Well, okay. So, I mean, scientists have a tendency to test things on themselves. You know,
Because of the Geneva
there's a
Convention.
long-standing tradition of this. You know, there was
Australian scientists with indigestion cure.
Yeah.
well,
It's-
exactly.
It's all due to the Geneva Convention, because the Geneva Convention prohibits the use of human test subjects. But there's the weird loophole where if you do it on yourself, that's all right.
Well, also, I mean, it goes like way further back than that. Like apothecaries and the like, they would always test shit. You know, there was a dude who eventually I think he invented potassium cyanide and like tested it on himself, and like that's kind of what finally
His last
took him
words,
down.
yes, that worked.
I can't remember his name, but he was also the dude who invented the type of green paint that was popular for a while that contained arsenic.
Yes.
And which caused the death of so many.
And there was also that really strange apothecary that really got off on having leeches on his body, yet somehow managed to persuade the rest of Europe to join him. Because he also happened to own the largest leech farm in Europe.
So, I mean, maybe O-bullets is kind of like a body horror in the same way that, like 126 hours or 127 hours.
127, dude.
Whatever. Is like a body horror.
Not one less, apparently.
Motherfucker. That man cut his own arm off. He deserves that extra hour.
So the whole
So
thing,
did Deadpool.
the whole thing is just,
Did Deadpool do it with a knockoff Leatherman?
No, he did it with a hand knife.
That he'd spent 3 days chipping away at the stone.
But to be fair, James Franco wasn't leaving his hand flipping the bird.
True.
True.
Or you don't know.
It's James Franco.
I've read the book.
was it James Franco who does?
Yeah, dude.
Yes,
Really?
James Franco cut his own hand off.
Fucking A! Okay, I should probably watch
He's
that
a
at some
great
point.
actor.
Method
I really
actor.
like him. Yeah, I really like him.
Went up there, got
I like
stuck
his
in a
brother.
rock.
Had a spliff.
But so O-bullets is kind of the story of we follow the dude who's trying to subvert all war by inventing all these O-bullets.
The ultimate weapon.
And like it's just watching him slowly destroy he starts off shooting himself in the foot, but does not getting it right. So slowly we just see him blow his feet away, and then by the end of it, he's down to knees, and he just kind of shoots himself in the leg and comes finally. And that's the big climax, as it were.
Where does this become an action adventure?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. You're right. That's more body horror. Okay, so let's go back to war film.
What I'm seeing is a bullet that can only be shot up a sphincter to be deadly.
The O-bullet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, that seems rather restrictive when they're already guns. It's got to be why? I mean, why would you do that?
They have a certain set of skills. What I'm saying is this is Liam Neeson's.
What if it's like a really unwanted present of war? You sit there, you open the package. Oh, bullets. Thanks. That's all. I always wanted that. Yeah, no, it's fine. Is
that what
did
the
you keep the
quartermaster
receipts?
gets?
Yeah.
Okay.
War.
Maybe it's the 7th sequel after the much enjoyed M Bullets.
I don't want to know what the N word is that you're thinking about.
All we can
I
say is
sat
that
there
came-
working out how many letters into the alphabet O was.
Right. Okay.
I thought that would get a bigger payoff for the fucking work I did there. But, fuck all of you.
Although N-bullets would finally allow, what's his name?
Trump.
Tarantino to finally become, make good on his defense of the use of the N-word.
No, wait, take it back to the whole rectal bullet thing, starring Liam Neeson.
Let's always take it back to the whole rectal bullet thing.
The N bullet is the only bullet that can kill the Neesons.
Liam Neeson's is my nyanya.
By the way, you couldn't have a rectal movie with Liam Neeson because that man is hung so badly that
How big is it?
it's so big that Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson slid down it, and by the time they got to the bottom of the balls, they'd been dressed like Batman and Robin.
You gotta love a little bit
I
of
fucking
Hollywood
love
Babylon.
I love Liam Neeson jokes so much.
Okay, cool. So, bullets. Like, what's the story here? So,
I don't know anymore. I'm not following along. I'm enjoying my whiskey.
What you got to remember is Tom's normally working at this point, but now he finds himself bereft. He's just drifted off.
Yeah, I'm just letting you guys take it.
So okay, I'm thinking a war story, wherein you've got basic war story happening on one side, and then you've got this aside of this dude who is developing and then creates the O-bullet, and then
Act 2.
Yeah, so Act 2 is him selling it, like, underhandedly to both armies, and then Act 3 is both sides shooting each other into orgasm, and then they just stop fighting because they're too busy having cigarettes with one another,
causing even more death through lung cancer.
Could
Ironically.
could this be set?
Yeah. They all just light up, have a cigarette, and there's a big splash screen at the end, which is like 50 years later they all died of lung cancer.
No, 50 years later, it's like Blade Runner, except like the big corporation is Cutter's choice.
Could this take place in World War One, near Christmas time, and the actual Christmas truce?
Football.
Yeah, Christmas truce.
Oh, is
I
it
like where this is
football in
going.
inverted commas?
Football.
Yes, we played football and nothing else.
I'll play with footsie balls.
Your footsie balls? Hey, footsie balls.
69. Wait.
Hey.
Oh,
Right.
sorry, I got distracted. I think I've still got a thorn stuck in my arm from earlier.
You
do?
do.
Okay.
You do. Yeah,
Do you want me to get it? You got nails?
Go for it.
While Taryn gets thorny and Tom gets it, let's move along to... I think we can draw a line under O-Bullets because, you know, it ain't getting any funnier.
Yeah.
Nah.
All right, cool. So, war story, dude invents the orgasm bullet.
Takes place at Christmas in World War One.
Yeah. So that sells it on. That's what causes the football, the famous football.
The footsie ballers.
Yeah. they are indeed playing footsie with balls
Yeah.
during this entire thing.
The Sainsbury's advert a few years ago would be very different and probably on the internet only.
Only English people will get that one.
Okay, Tom.
Is it my turn now? Is it actually my turn?
No. I'm left with you, so I'll take one from the hot pot. Thank you very much. I'm going to go deep. And
Tom, it's actually
One from
surprisingly
the host.
stressful to be sat in your seat.
It's really annoying being sat here because I have to get so fucking close to the mic.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying, isn't
annoying,
it?
isn't
This is one of mine, which I put in, I think,
Okay, strap in, lads.
forever ago. Progress is happening. Where are you seeing it?
In the eyes and smiles of children.
About every
shoot them with O-bullets!
every 2 months in the Electric Ballroom Camden, you can see Progress Wrestling. They are a fantastic wrestling league. They have one character who is basically, well, he's supposed to be a priest, but he's actually more like a wrestling Jesus. He's phenomenal. He won the belt like 6 months ago, and I don't know what's happened since then because that was when I stopped subscribing. Progress Wrestling. Enjoy.
I should probably push Lucha Britannia as well,
Lucha Britannia are very good as well.
because my friend Liam's in it. Okay, what the fuck was the topic?
Progress where?
Yeah, progress is happening. Where are you
right.
seeing it? So I think what caused me to bring this up is sort of looking kind of on the feminist side of things. I'm seeing a surge in female voice in the video game industry.
Yeah.
Like one of the best writers, Amy. What's her name? Wrote the Uncharted series and moved on to.
Oh yeah.
Could I just put a
but also-
journalistic note in just here and just say
Yeah.
the time this is being recorded, the last bastion that was refusing women driving licenses has crumbled. And
Saudi Arabia.
Oh, Saudi Arabia.
and
yeah.
Taz's first go-to is women in computer games.
Okay, I mean, but obviously this is kind of like where I'm sort of immersed a lot. And it is, yes, okay, admittedly, it is very white Western. It's not entirely white because you got people like Allegra Frank
it's
and
also not that
others
Western
and
anymore.
Ashley. No, it's not.
The Japan.
Yeah, but already beginning to see people largely on the internet making a real drive for going, hey, no, women are well into this as well. Let's hear from them. And it's fucking amazing. So we've got the What's Good Games podcast, which is made up of four, a couple have been in the industry for a long time and then some a little less time. But this is just four women who talking about video games that they play and the way they play it. And it's just like, cool. It's like, they talk with exactly the same amount of knowledge and investment the guys do, but they approach it, from a very slightly different angle, which is wicked. Then you've got Polygon.com, where you've got the likes of Simone de Rochefort, you got Allegra Frank, you got, I can't remember their second names. you got Chelsea and Ashley and Tara Long there. And
fucking Tara Long.
She is incredible.
She has the quickest wit and the dirtiest mind I've ever heard. I fucking love her.
And even kind of one of my preferred outlets, who kind of for a while seemed they were in danger of becoming like an old boys club, was Giant Bomb. They've got their first female host,
Abby Russell,
who's fucking amazing. And in wider sort of video game development, you're seeing a lot more female indies. You're seeing a lot more female writers.
It's the fact that games like Journey are headed by women.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Which I know it's like the problem is still there, but the progress is happening piece by piece. And with that also, it's not just white women. We're starting to see like a growing cultural mix coming into the video game industry. And each time I hear it, listen to one of these podcasts or I hear news about it, it's like, no, good. This is only going to make it better. Yeah. Which is weird because it's only a couple of years ago we had Gamergate.
Yeah.
But I think Gamergate happened in response to the fact
explain that a little bit.
Yeah. So anyone who who's not into video games hugely, Gamergate was essentially this big sexist kind of. I can't actually remember the details, but
wasn't it?
Basically, it was a bunch of shit dudes going,
girl.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you're a gamer girl. Oh, fake gamer girl. Oh, you can't develop. Blah blah blah. And it just fucking went completely off the fucking rails. And
sort of like PC Master Race has done continually.
Yes, indeed. But now looking back on it, the whole Gamergate thing just seems like a response to the fact that this process was happening, and it's just a bunch of dudes going, "Oh no, this is all about our thing, and now we got to share it." Wah 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 wah. But it lost, and the industry is improving, and every now and then, I'll still, I'll see notes of that in, other industries. Yeah. It's like, we're seeing more female up front. Oh, dude, Wonder Woman is fucking incredible.
It. It's one of the films I have to see. But the fact that, female director, and everyone was a bit like, oh, it's probably going to be shit. But
also, not only that, Gal Gadot sells you on a character harder than literally anyone else I've seen playing a superhero character. Like, you watch her, and it's like, no, fuck, alright, cool, you are Wonder Woman, let's go.
Go.
Tell me this story.
And then the other one is, a guy pulled out of the new Hellboy film that's being made, because in the book, I think it's the comic, the character is a Japanese American.
Yeah.
And they whitewashed the character, and this guy turned around and went, actually, I'm not doing it, you should cast someone more in tune to the book.
I can't even remember who it was.
Yeah, no, that's the problem.
Yeah, it was a brave fucking thing. It was. Yeah. I can't remember who it was though.
But it's just one of those things. Just at the moment, especially living in the fucking Trump and Brexit era. This
is the thing.
It feels like so much is running backwards.
But
we're seeing a lot of
with the microcosm of the Gamergate thing. It was where you see progress happening. There was suddenly this backlash from the right. That was going to fight against it. That's where you've got your Trumps and your Brexit and all that kind of shit.
Actually, look, think about this. I went to Bletchley Park last weekend, and the fact that all the machines at the time, and during the whole of World War II, the whole of the British industry was mainly staffed by women. Throughout the whole of the Second World War, because all the men were off at war.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, at that point, coding was considered to be, a woman's job.
Yeah, secretarial.
Secretarial, yeah, indeed. Which, made the whole... So there was the dude at Google recently who, sent out
Google
across
and,
the
Google and Sons.
across the company this fucking multi-page polemic about largely it was against women, but there was also kind of little snide shots at other ethnic ethnic. I don't want to say. Well, I suppose it would be minorities, but like his whole argument had absolutely no historical basis. He was just a fucking white dude going wah 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 wah, and
I'm relevant.
and he got his ass fired.
Of course he did.
Good,
Too fucking right.
fucking good.
So just to clarify, for progress and where we see it, we have the woman's plight in the modern media,
Yep.
and it's amazing.
It's not. It's getting.
Industry,
It's
I
slowly
wouldn't say
getting
media.
better.
Okay, industry.
Yeah.
And we have women empowered through even as far back as the Second World War, and what a debt we owe to them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was,
Where
the fact that after the war as well, they were just, and they all just, well, I suppose it was the whole start of the movement, because they had the taste of like going out and working. It sort of
There's more to
kick-started-
life than being subservient.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of them did go back to the home, and they were expected to. It's just like, no, the war is over.
To be fair, that kind of movement was occurring in the 20s. Like,
Yeah.
it's not just because of the war. It was just the war was a catalyst.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what the war did was like it was after the First World War that the vote was granted to women, at least in England, and I think maybe America, some other places. But essentially, after the First World War, when all the men went off to fight and the women just stepped up and did all the jobs that they left behind, after that, it kind of got a bit difficult to go. Yeah, but you're all fucking useless. You don't deserve the vote. They were granted the vote after that. But it's so at least on that issue, very slowly seeing progress, and also seeing it with kind of LGBT kind of issues.
Yeah.
I was about to bring that up, given the gamer scenario that you said, because what's her name? Sam, often on Giant Bomb. Sam,
Yeah,
the
I
developer
I can't remember her name.
She now works on Astroneer.
I've
which
not
is an
played
indie
any other games,
development, but
unfortunately.
Transgender woman who is in the forefront of games development and is so loved on Giant Bomb. She's fucking hilarious.
She is. She's wicked. And it's just, I don't know. We're starting to see like more visibility when it comes to LGBT things, and it's not.
Do you know what?
just,
It's not the visibility that gets me; it's the acceptance
yeah, I mean,
and the inclusion. Like
obviously, like
the equal inclusion of people that are different from the norm cis white
yes,
thing.
and it helps that unfortunately we've got people like fucking what's her name who supported Trump. Used to be American
Governor of Alaska.
No, American Olympic athlete, and married to Kardashians.
Kyle Jenner?
who cares?
Kylie Jenner.
Kylie Jenner.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle Jenner.
Or whatever.
I think that might have been his name before he went transgender.
Like, it helps like having someone like that on that side. It's and being forefront and being kind of open and visible. But on the other side, you've got the Wachowski now sisters, kind of doing it better and not being fucking dickheads.
But, I mean, they're all valid examples of progress, but if my chipping in on this subject would be that where we see the material evidence of progress is chocolate bars. When I was growing up, you had your Dairy Milk, you had your Bourneville for your dark chocolate, you had a Milky Bar. If you were feeling fruity, you would have fruit and nut or fruit.
I would like to interject with Marvellous Creations.
Exactly where I was going, myself.
Some jelly bean and poppy candy, dark dairy milk.
yes.
That is one of the best things I've
But
ever tasted in
now
my
you
life.
can go into a
That's
supermarket and
progress.
have
No,
like
it's not.
sea salts, chocolate, and chocolate bars are fucking amazing.
But you still can't get fucking Tim Tams.
You can, just
You
not
can.
in
They're
England.
called penguins.
They're not penguins!
Penguins, the far superior
That's a
Tim
step
Tam.
back. We had Tim Tams in this country for like a year and a half. You could get them at every
Dude, we had
Tesco's
Tim
and
Tams-
Asda's across the
We
country.
had Tim Tams in this country
No more.
last year.
No more.
Gregor's bought them back.
Yeah.
I know.
I love the fact that the second we're talking about sort of kind of women's rights issues and LGBT and all
Oh,
that
that
shit.
shit's boring. Chocolate!
Yes!
The second chocolate comes up, that's when the friction appears.
Well, yeah, because the penguin is the far superior Tim Tam.
Taz, I think it's because we're all, I think it's because we're all on the same side with the other issues.
Does the Tim Tam have a joke on the back?
Fuck the Tim Tam.
Yes.
No, it doesn't, does it?
No.
Yeah, the
Tim Tam
joke is
the joke.
not available in England.
Joke is you can't get it in this country because we're oppressed people. Wake up.
It's Victorian standards on chocolate bars.
Terrible.
But fuck me, chocolate's amazing.
Also, but one of the okay. So to break chocolate a little bit, chocolate
you
is
have
one of the
to
areas
break
where we're still kind of stuck in the past a little bit because there's still a lot of child slave labour involved in chocolate harvesting.
Don't
Makes
you
it tastier.
dare take the child tears out of my chocolate.
Oh no!
You need the salt to counteract the sweet.
It's the piquant. It is absolutely required.
Look,
and it must be young child tears.
Salted caramel is not rock salt. It's
Kaz,
child's tears.
it's the only way I get to live the idiom taking candy from a baby.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I just long for the day that you can get a ginormous swirl of dark chocolate with a ginormous swirl of milk chocolate, making like a perfect circle that's perfectly swirled round, taking 50% each. So it would look exactly like a chocolate 69.
Oh, that's beautiful. Bringing it back. However, progress in the ice cream world. Mm-hmm. So I saw a picture the other day. So, you know, I went
Ages
to
ago.
Lithuania and I experienced kiwi ice cream. Not sorbet, ice cream. That was the most glorious flavour of ice cream I've ever experienced. It was so good.
Yeah,
Better than pistachio.
but
Good.
But
But-
would it not be better as a sorbet?
No,
Of course you
no.
would.
You need creamy. I'm
you
not a
know-
big fan of sorbet. Creamy kiwi is lovely. However, I have seen a step even further in progress. Baloo flavoured ice cream.
What the fuck is Baloo?
He's the big bear off Jungle Book.
No, it is. It is the fetus of a duck in an egg that's been rotted until it's black. Baloo.
really.
It is a Far Eastern delicacy
No, I know,
that
I know, I
has been
did-
turned into not just ice cream, gelato.
Tom,
Oh,
So,
for fuck's sake!
Filipino
Tom,
delicacy.
Tom.
/ Italian. Yes.
Black chicken fetuses' lives matter, man.
It's a duck.
No, they don't.
But I
There's
don't
going to be
know.
a lot of editing in this.
I don't know. I think the reason I kind of put this topic in, it was just because it's so easy at the moment to think, oh fuck, we're taking so many steps backwards.
Exactly,
And
chocolate.
I just wanted to remind everyone that slowly but surely, progress is being made, despite the obvious objections to it.
I stand by the statement that the reason why we're seeing all this rise of the far right, we're seeing the Nazism, we're seeing
Because it's
Trump.
in these death throes, yeah.
It's retaliation against the fact we're actually taking a step forward. And I know Brexit doesn't fucking feel like it, but we'll get there.
Just
Our children will get there.
When Tom Ryan is my optimist, I'm worried.
Yeah, me too, mate.
Tom, just remember, when Tim Tams are in the country, the terrorists have won. And Tom is about to kill me.
So we got one from the community chest, one
One
from Sophie's chest, one from community, one from
Sophie's
something.
choice.
Yes. Doc Mantis Toboggan.
Hello.
You alright, babe? Thoughts on rap music? All right.
Cool. So I don't listen to rap. I personally don't listen to rap music a lot because most of the rap music I come across, it's not. I don't find it very interesting because it's the poetry a lot. Well, especially like gangster rap and the like. It's the poetry of the ego. It's all about what I do. Is the bitches,
No,
here's
the shit stuff is.
Yeah, the shit stuff is. But that's the readily available stuff. However, there's one track I discovered a couple of years ago by Hobson, and it's in the All Mind of Hobson 7, and this track is basically the dude losing his religion. In
the
Fuck,
end.
yeah, no, this is amazing.
go check out the Ill Mind of Hobson 7.
He starts questioning God, literally.
And it's fucking incredible. It is one of the like the most amazing bits of music I've ever encountered in my life. And it just kind of it was like when I found it was kind of that nudge of, oh no shit, like, you know, rap being music, it can be used for better than what we tend to see it used for.
True.
It's just a shame that
the culture's overtaken the art form.
Indeed.
See, when I was a kid, I was into like
During the war,
Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and all that kind of stuff. All the Chronic Tour and all the fucking stuff that kind of tied me into metal. The reason why I found new metal was because I got into rap music to start with. But there was a track that kind of changed my perspective on rap, and that's Oh No, which is part of Lyricist Lounge, which is Mos Def, Nate Dogg, Pharaoh Monarch. Mm-hmm. And it was the most intelligent prose in the most rhythmical, like, using lyrics as punctuation. I'd never heard something like that before.
Dude, you said that with the words Mos Def. Love that man.
The most intellectual rapper that's ever lived.
And such good flow.
Oh, it's incredible. And that kind of tied me, like, made me realise that there's more intelligent stuff than that acquisitional, I've got more shit than you rapping.
Yeah, I mean, it's poetry of the ego
kind of stuff.
And this is the thing, like, you go back to the roots of hip hop. So much of it is, it's not about, oh, here's what we do with our time.
NWA,
it's all about
like that,
it's a bunch of really angry people being angry about the injustice.
And that's what we loved in metal back in the day. We fucking loved it.
Rap didn't start angry per se; it started revolutionary. The revolution will not be televised.
Yeah.
That was pretty much the birth of rap.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
it came out of like Parliament and things like that.
Yes.
And it was just like,
and beat poetry mostly. 60s beat poetry played a major part. And that is what rap is. It's beat poetry.
Yeah, boil it down. That's exactly what it is. And then you look at bands like Tribe Called Quest or a little bit more poppy, but like Run the Jewels and stuff like that that's going on at the moment. De La fucking Soul, motherfucker.
Mirror.
If you don't like rap, just go out and listen to Tribe Called Quest Space Program.
Yes.
That is a great fucking track.
Or Me, Myself and I.
Yes.
Which is just absolutely. But if you go back in time, if you like your brashness, if you go back to early Beastie Boys, that shit is funny.
Yeah, Beastie Boys have a really
They were the punk of
heart.
rap, basically, because they were the punk of rap. But if you go through, like, Sugar Hill Gang, go all the way back, but, like, my interest in rap pretty much flawed out round about Eminem, Dre with Revival.
So that's where I kind of got the flavour for it.
That's where I dragged out, because that was, for me, the birth of when rap became mainstream.
But even there, you find the occasional nugget of something really interesting. For instance, like Eminem and Dre, "Guilty Conscience."
Yes,
is awesome.
Meet Ed.
Yeah, like "Guilty Conscience" is a fucking amazing track.
All right, stop before you up this liquor store. Think of the
and you know, it's just a. But yeah, again, like any genre, it suffers the same problem that any other does. In that, for every fucking fiddy you got some dude in the back. You got some dude who's nowhere near as popular doing something really interesting with it, and but
he doesn't have the bitches or bling.
I'm sorry, did you just like prophesy fiddy?
Sorry? No.
Did you just hold him up on an altar then?
No, I did exactly the opposite.
Okay,
for every
useless piece of shit, you've got
T-Pain.
someone doing
Right, okay.
For every T-Pain, you then have the unknown. Who's the guy who wears? At the moment, he's sort of wearing a balaclava because he's had.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Oh, do you know what? Really? Okay, so T-Pain had always annoyed me, but I found out something a couple of years ago that made me just hate him even more. So T-Pain was one of the dudes who really kind of went out there and led the whole auto-tune sound thing.
Along with Kanye.
And then I found out that the dude's actually a really, really good singer.
But is it?
But he just does the auto-tune thing because that's his sound. It's like, well, that's really annoying.
But then again, the content of his actual lyrics are pretty fucking weak, to be honest.
True, yeah.
I've got 4 syllables for you.
Look.
Scooby, us, Pip.
Yeah, so when you get to more the spoken word side of the genre,
exactly.
what's Scroobius Pip's mate, American dude?
I can't help it.
Let's call him
Anyway.
Mr. 69.
Anyway, I can't be asked. Music and its following and its genres and all that kind of stuff, I've always seen as pantomime. You look at metal, you look at black metal and all that kind of stuff, it's all show, it's all just bollocks.
Yeah.
And I find that hilarious. Rap has the same thing. You have the pantomime of...
Big clock.
It's a show, it's for fun. It's
clock.
50 Cent saying he's going to blow down an
boy.
audience with Uzis whilst fucking bitches and shooting her. Recently, I've been enjoying horror, spelt with 3 9s instead of R's. I've bought their hoodie. I fucking
That's a commitment.
love this outfit. So they are experimental hip hop /
Well, they're more
80s
grime, aren't they?
punk.
Well, yeah.
No, they're experimental hip hop, to be fair. But all their lyrics are fucking bollocks. They're all absolute bollocks. It's all I'll smoke a hoe, then kill a something, and it's ridiculous.
It's a parody or a pastiche of.
Basically, what they've done is taken the punk philosophy of we've got microphones and some guitars and some instruments, and we're going to make a noise, and you're going to fucking listen to it. And if you don't like it, you can fuck off. If you like it, you're one of us. And it's kind of really anarchistic and horrible.
Can I just say,
I fucking love it.
when you said we're going to smoke a hoe and something, I was just thinking that difficult 7th Wu-Tang album when they just smoked themselves retarded. It's just like, I got it. We're going to smoke a hoe and
Gravel pit.
something. Check out my back and forth. Oh, how that's like Stevie Wonder doing I Just Called to Say I Love You. That's like greatness fallen quite badly.
No,
Stevie
it's
Wonder,
punk.
Stevie
It's punk
Wonder
as fuck.
doing like hotel background music.
Oh God. Although he took a knee in his gig and Trump called him out on it.
I mean, so essentially, I think what it comes down to is rap, and rap suffers with the same, all other genres do, in that there's some fucking amazing shit out there. It's just that's not the shit that's put forwards. I mean, for fuck's sake,
You've got to dig for the good shit.
you really do. And
But it's the same with any genre.
Yeah, indeed.
Could I just be honest and truthful for a second? I think it's about time I came out. I am a juggalo.
What?
You're in a safe space here.
I am
But not
officially
that
labelled
safe.
a gang member
Get
in
him,
America.
lads.
I've got some, what is it,
I'm-
Farco? What's the drink?
Fago, motherfucker.
I've never
got some
listened
Fago
to
here.
Insane Clown Posse.
I listen to Insane Clown Posse, ABK, Twisted.
How do magnets work? Tell me, Eddie.
When a male magnet and a female magnet marries very much, then
They smash.
then they'll rotate
They get really
180 degrees, then they mash their genitals against their forehead of their partner.
Yes, to the mashing
Noise.
genitals.
Noise.
Yeah, I say
You do
and
have
was.
a bit of the ICP in you. You're a bit of an axe wielder, let me tell you.
Let me just clarify. ICP don't give a fuck about anyone other than their followers.
Other than Jesus and making money.
Yeah, basically. No, they're not about making money, dude. They make fuck all money. They're
fucking millionaires.
They're not millionaires. They've got tie-ins with wrestling and shit lately, but for the majority of their life, they were the most hated group on the planet.
Whilst having a massive following that would pay
Yeah,
$90 for a fucking show.
dude, the shows are fucking worth it. They're like Rob Zombie weird. It's brilliant.
The amount of drugs you can pick up for a $5 there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not like you pick up drugs from an ICP concert. It's not actually meth. It's called meth.
Okay. let me ask you a question. You coincidentally book a week off work at the same time with no plans. I turn up and say, I've got 3 tickets to the gathering. Are you not coming?
Oh, of course I'm fucking
There it
going.
I so want to go to the gathering.
It's not because
It'd be so
it's not
much
because
fun.
I enjoy the ICP or I like anything that they. There might be a few good acts there, to be fair, because they do
They have
tend
Vanilla
to
Ice
have
and
a
MC
draw.
Hammer.
It's the spectator.
You
type
get to
thing.
watch
I
Tina
need to-
Tequila have shit thrown out.
Exactly. Oh,
Yes,
that is
yes,
such
you
a
do.
good video.
I think everyone that is a birthright to every human being.
To throw shit at Tina Tequila.
Yeah, indeed.
I want to be around a lot of people doing a lot of drugs and not giving a shit.
I mean,
that sounds hilarious.
this
to me.
will be the central, most focused collection of rednecks outside of a Ku Klux Klan meeting.
Now, I've got a week off, but you got 3 tickets to a Ku Klux Klan meeting.
Or the gun. Yes, because in America, guns are legal.
Liam Neeson stars in.
You took my minorities. I don't know who you are, but I have a very definite set of skill sets. None of them can
Is
hurt
this
you.
the 69 gun with?
Yeah, I'll make those sheets white for them. That's why their hoods stick up.
It's not starch.
It's dried semen. I know that didn't need you to say it. I just thought you felt it like it.
Come at us, Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Oh, please
Come on,
do.
mate.
I'll be the first to say fuck you. Oh look, your dad already did.
And your mum smells. Right, so shall we go on to the next topic?
That's me.
Cool. So, oh, sorry. Are we doing audio topic?
It's one from the audio pot. So one from Pol Pot. We haven't had one for Pol Pot for quite a while. It's been quiet recently.
Did we have one from Pol Pot last
Pol
week?
Pot has
No, we
been very
didn't,
quiet.
because I forgot.
Okay.
So one from Pol Pot. Someone give me a number between 1 and 2.
2.5.
Shit. So this is 1.
Pie.
This is it. Let's go with that one.
Is this me or?
Or you said 2.
So, as you guys know, I was going to go to Art Tangent.
No, we did
but
this.
I didn't,
We did
'cause I wanted
this.
to go to Beautiful Days instead.
Shut up.
Which is...
We didn't
No,
do
we
this.
did
No, we
this.
didn't. No,
we listened to
We
this
listened
one
to it as a test.
and said, no, we haven't done this one.
Oh.
Well,
okay,
well
fair
done,
enough.
dude. You've broken the magic. 69. I'm going to boost the audio a bit. Right.
So, as you guys know, I was going to go to Art Tangent, but I didn't because I wanted to go to Beautiful Days instead, which is where I am now, as you can hear from the banging tunes going on in the background. And my plan originally had been at Art Tangent to come and find you guys and like buy you a drink to say thank you for all of the chuckles and stuff.
Aw.
And since I can't do that, I thought the second best thing I could do would be to give you an audio topic from Beautiful Days. So, here it is. I wonder if you'll be able to hear me. Come up with the worst possible guest list for a dinner party. And Tom, if you listen to Stop Podcasting Yourself, you'll know where I stole this idea from. Anyway, hope you had a great time. I'm having a good time, and yeah, see ya.
Something tells me Kai is really high right now.
Okay. So first thing. Now
So that's one
sounded,
from Kai first.
That sounded absolutely lovely, Kai. Like,
Thank you very much. That
Beautiful
was
Days
lovely.
sounds like a wicked place.
And to be fair, I don't listen to Stop Podcasting Yourself.
Nor I.
I've just heard of it.
But I have to say, Kai, you fucked up, son. You done fucked up.
You done fucked up, son.
Arctangent is actually really pretty impressive. I had high expectations based on what Buff and Hal had said about it, and in fact our mate Jake, and they were far outstripped. So you done fucked up, sir. But when it comes to the question of the worst dinner party, my immediate idea was having 9 Katie Hopkins. But
A good answer.
I've got a feeling that actually might be the best potential
Yeah.
dinner party
See,
ever.
this is
Because
probably-
like Katie Hopkins' whole thing is that like she likes to react to get reactions.
See-
and that's her whole thing. So 9 Katie Hopkins against one another is gonna lead to a mess of
Okay.
wonderful proportions.
So, I was about to start this saying, like, we need to nail it down. So, how many guests do you have? 5. I think you need 5 for a dinner party plus yourself, right? Unfortunately, my plan of doing...
What's on the menu?
Have you seen Indiana Jones' Temple of Doom?
Yes.
I'm seeing that as the dinner, okay?
Okay.
However,
Huge monkey brains.
I was going to say,
my
that
favourite.
was the one with monkey brains, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost Ark was bad dates.
To start with, I was going to go with Mel Brooks, Hitler, and Charlie Chaplin as the first three, but then I realised that would be far too entertaining. So you don't want to make
Watching
this
two famous
entertaining.
No,
comedians
this
kick
has got to
the
be
shit out
the
of
most boring.
Yeah,
Or the
you got to make
So-
it bad.
This is dinner for
Plus, they would all
schmucks.
be in black and white.
Oh, we have another member of the podcast joining us.
Hello, baby. Do you want to join in?
I have been.
Are you joining in, or are you just sitting by? She's got a
some-
laptop.
Oh, okay. So she's working and sitting by.
Hi guys.
That's a heather pudding right there.
Oh, is that not the most tube-tard hello ever? Hi, guys.
And welcome to the Bot Topic. Nah, actually, shit, I'm a tube tard. Shit. So, I know. Sorry, Heather's just discovered the coasters of Pot Topic podcast that Captain Sickbeard made for us.
I looked at him immediately.
They look fucking epic.
They
Tom,
do.
I've just had a genius idea.
Go on.
Watch a film,
Mm-hmm.
providing the audio descriptive track. Not a riff track, an audio descriptive. A man walks
in
into
what
a
way?
door. He's quite ugly. Like,
Oh, wow.
like, you
Literally
would,
play for play. Okay.
But, I don't know. And literally just get drunker and drunker till it's funny.
I'm up for that.
Go on then.
Flash Gordon.
You in?
I'm in.
Right, this is happening.
Flash Gordon.
We're doing Flash Gordon again.
Yes.
I've got a suggestion.
What?
Blade Runner, motherfucker.
Oh.
Okay, timely. We'll do Blade Runner.
Because we're going to see the sequel, so fuck it. And let's face
I've
it,
got
there
these.
are times in Blade Runner that as much as you'd love to concentrate, you do kind of
So
want to
how do
say
we do
something
this?
I've
Okay,
got
so
the super whatever it is box set. So if depending on which cut
do
you want
that.
to watch.
funny. Have you got the
No, no, no.
additional 8.5
The director's
seconds that
cut.
change the entire film?
Yes.
the director's cut. It's the director's cut every time with Blade Runner.
Okay.
However, we need to assign characters to describe what they're doing
But
before we go into
we
it.
also need like
Randomly.
panoramic shots. Like
Okay, so one of us does
Okay, does
scenic descriptions.
Yeah.
One person does a couple characters' actions. Another person does another character's
but
actions.
Harrison Ford and Rutger Hauer have to be different people.
Yes,
'Cause that
absolutely.
running
Oh no,
bit-
but that would be much more funny if they were the same person.
Yeah, but I'd get out of breath. And
Yeah.
and who's running? Who's running? They're both running. I
will
don't know where
say
they're running to.
You're the only person that could possibly do that, and you
3-4
probably would
meters of
pass
fucking-
out. Okay, so
Fuck it.
back to the topic.
Yes.
The worst dinner party guests you can possibly
Oh
think
shit,
of.
we're recording. Okay.
okay, so far-
so I'm assuming like me, Taz, and you are in this.
If we're gonna do like just,
No offense, but you're too nice. But me, Taz, and Tom in a dinner party
is that it?
on a
Is that
ma-
literally it?
on a massive come down or hangover of your choice.
What's a come down?
It's opposite of a 69.
What about
Silence.
for moon landing conspiracy theorists and Buzz Aldrin?
That would be hilarious. That would
This
be
is the thing.
punching.
As bad as you can make it, it'll be entertaining. So it needs to be just bad.
Yeah, okay, so far,
You've been
I'm
biting the
I'm
list.
trying to think of some terrible people. So far, I've got three. I've got, no, anything with Trump is going to be fucking, it's
Funny.
going to be lively. And it's probably going to be entertaining for everyone else who's not there. But so far I've got Jacob Rees-Mogg, I've got Isaac Newton, and also someone who is on both Xanax and Valium. So
Chelsea
like, these are like Jacob Rees-Mogg.
Add into
Mogg,
there-
sorry, Rees-Mogg.
Add into there a straight age kid.
Okay,
Mormon.
so,
A Mormon.
A Mormon would work,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, no,
oh,
Mormon
okay,
would
so a
actually
door-to-door
work.
Mormon.
Yeah, door to door.
Okay.
What are they called? An elder.
Elder,
do
yeah.
they-
No. Don't go with an elder. They've thought too much about everything. You want to go with a door-to-door. You want to go with a soldier. Someone who's just really fucking... So this is the thing. Like, Jacob Rees-Mogg, Mogg,
What's his
rather,
name? The guy-
boring as fuck. Isaac Newton, while he's done a lot of really, really interesting
He's also
shit,
an arse.
he is also, I can't remember the name of the condition, but he was a complete incapability of laughing.
He was also an arse.
He never, massive arse. And also, my favourite thing about him, you know, the whole Newton law shit. He did that because he was forced to. His whole thing was he liked, actually that makes him kind of interesting, the whole, alchemical angle. But you put that with with Rees-Mogg and someone on Xanax and Valium, plus a door-to-door.
Okay, so we got
Mormon.
5 there.
What about the guy who, not L. Ron Hubbard, but the guy who...
Tom Cruise.
No, the guy who took over from, like, when L. Ron Hubbard died.
Ah, John Travolta.
No.
No, I can't remember his name.
It's...
Isaac Hayes.
No. I can't remember his name. It's really annoying.
See, I think he'd be too energetic anyway. We need something a little bit more
Do they have to be
subdued.
real people, or can they be of
Henry
fantasy?
Kissinger.
Oh,
fiction?
okay. So we'd also need someone who has had a family member in a vegetative state for more than 5 years and visits them every day. Oh no, not necessarily.
No,
Not
that'd be an
necessarily.
interesting story at least.
No,
Oh, what about...
What I'm going to say is someone with anosmia so they can't taste the food.
Andy.
Andy.
Anosmia is can't
Exactly.
smell.
No, you can't throw Andy onto that. It becomes interesting.
He'll get drunk. Okay. A hoarder who hasn't left his house in 50 years, surrounded by newspapers, just dressed as he would in the house. Just
That's
sitting there,
interesting.
freaking the fuck out.
And we'd also need, a cat person.
That's
Yes!
That's where I went
Oh
to.
Someone
my
who only
God,
talks about
home fucking run,
Okay,
son.
cool. Cat person. Yep.
Cat
sweet.
person.
So who have we got then?
Damn it, I had cat person and went to hoarder.
A hoarder would be close, but cat person's so much worse.
Should have done with cat person.
But see, the thing about a hoarder is that you've always got the risk that they know a bunch about a lot of things because they've hoarded a lot of stuff.
No, because the majority of hoarders, they always say, I will sort that, but they don't.
You met my parents.
So they'll sort it all out, separate it, pile it and stuff.
My parents.
But they'll go like,
Heather's
there's
parents,
50
to be
years
fair.
worth of newspapers, I will read them. So, although he owns a lot of stuff, he doesn't know a hell of a lot.
Cool. I mean, so far, what I've got is Jacob Rees-Mogg, Isaac Newton, someone who's on a lot of both Xanax and Valium, a door-to-door Mormon, and a cat person.
How many is that? 5.
That's 5.
What about Miss
Plus
Gav-
yourself 6. Done.
What about... I remember the guy's name, Miscavige.
Hang on.
That's the guy, Scientology. Basically, when L. Ron Hubbard
there we
died,
go.
he
That's
sort of
his
stood
name.
up and went, "Oh, L. Ron spoke to me, and I'm supposed to take over. Let's publicise the shit out of it."
We can't. We've already got door-to-door Mormon, so that will
That's
create
religion covered.
That's going to really create a lot of friction.
And yourself, because it's only the worst thing ever if you've got to put up
Well,
with
when
it.
you say
Plus also
yourself, are you talking to
Scientology
me
comes
or
after you.
yourself? As
No,
in
just
abstract?
as in the abstract.
Okay.
Abstract, like it's got to be you.
But like, Scientology also comes after you.
So if it's-
I'll happily fuck off the KKK, but I don't want Scientology fucking with me.
Why not?
Dude, they go through your bins.
I think you've got
Let
it.
them
I
go
think
through
we've got
my
it.
bins.
I think we've got it.
Hang on. Wait.
Surely it's this. Okay, the 5 people that you would hate to have a dinner party with.
No.
Or
It's
is
got
it
to be the
just-
most boring. 'Cause it's got to be the worst dinner party ever. Because there'd be no interaction between anyone.
It'd just be the awkward silence throughout.
Every
No,
time
'cause-
someone makes a
oh,
point, no one understands
That's
where the other
problem,
person is
'cause
coming from.
Even if there's awkward silence, Andy would find that fucking hilarious.
Yeah, so you can't invite him.
No, so what I'm saying is that if you're trying to make the worst dinner party, there's always going to be an appeal.
I think Taryn's got a eureka moment.
Okay,
Cool.
so it's about 69 again.
No,
Nice.
no, that's too interesting. So yourself, Jason Rees-Mogg, Isaac Newton, who never laughed and was too interested in bullshit. Someone on Xanax and a lot of value. Door-to-door Mormon, a cat person, and a philatelist. A stamp collector.
Yes! Motherfucker's done it. Right, there we go, Kai. That's the worst dinner party you can possibly throw. Prove us wrong. Do it yourself.
Yeah. In fact, if
If
Do
you
know
can
what?
put this together,
if you think you've got a worst possible, like an even worse dinner party than that, tell us.
Which
Send an
email do
email
What is it, Taryn?
To emails at pottopicpodcast.com.
Holy shit!
Whoa!
Taryn got the email address correct. So emails at pottopicpodcast.com. Send your worst dinner party referencing material and all that kind of shit.
Oh, no, actually, we encourage you to do that. And in fact, send us shit like that. So we've got a little pot to read from while we're reading topics and all that kinds of shit.
If you want to say hello, just fucking send us an
yeah,
email.
just say hello. Or if you've got a problem or anything, send us an email.
Don't send us a problem. We'll only make fun of you.
What I think Chaz is saying is, if you can't get through to 999, drop them an email. I'm not saying they'll be able to save them.
Samaritan's all right, but they won't give you the solution you need.
And Taz all happy to give you the final solution.
Speaking of which, next topic.
Hello.
Hang on, who drew that one?
That was
Audio.
Oh, that was an audio.
So it would have been me next.
Oh, no.
Yeah. No, what?
No,
That?
we moved.
Hang on, I don't think Tom's actually drawn anything yet. So
No,
Tom,
I have. Let me just draw
So
another one.
we haven't had anything from the pitch pot.
Yeah,
so go
Pitch
for it,
pot will
Tom.
probably be good. Yeah,
that
let's go with
Pitch
that
Pot?
one.
Yeah.
It is Pitch pot, definitely, but I don't know who draws it.
Oh, also to foreign listeners, Jason Rees-Mogg, is a conservative politician in our country who is just, my God, the dullest. He does occasionally say some very offensive things, but he's just the dullest in the world. Anyway, go for it. Pitch pot.
It's a kids and families film.
Good.
Okay.
The word is Scooby Drum.
Okay, well, this is obviously the time that Scooby and the gang got washed aboard a tropical island with a tribal race of natives that were obviously cannibals. And they ate Scooby. And they took his skin and stretched it over a wooden
Ate those
carapace.
Scooby snacks.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking more.
I mean,
Shaggy finally lost the plot, and
It's got to be a kids' movie.
No, this is a kid's movie.
It's got. It's not though, is it?
Everyone wants to see that Great Dane eat the big one.
Yeah. And not his own shit.
69, dick. All right, nice.
Noise.
Okay, the only other thing is that's a partial and it's actually Scooby Drum and bass. Boys!
Noise.
Ruby!
So this Scooby Drum. Let's talk about it seriously for a second. I mean, I always knew that there was going to be some friction in this pot because some of them were so kind of odd. But like, how do we make a story out of the Scooby Drum? Right, for kids. And for family. Yeah.
Okay.
Act One.
Maybe it's like the Little Drummer Boy,
It's for kids, man.
Scooby.
but more Hanna-Barbera.
Also,
There's nothing funny there, but I mean,
Also, the Little Drummer Boy as told by the Scooby Gang.
yeah.
I would have a lot more to say about that if I'd ever seen or read or whatever.
Okay.
Like
What is the Little Drummer Boy? Because
Okay.
I'm in the same boat.
Okay, I've got it. I've got Scooby Drum. It's a Scooby-Doo episode, as you'd expect. They wash up on the island, yeah? The dog gets taken. They off screen, the dog is taken away. It cuts back, and there's a drummer, big, scary, tribal drummer with a horrible witch mask on, drumming away on a drum that looks like Scooby's fur. And then the Mystery Machine Gang, they investigate and they look into it. And then finally they pull the mask off the drummer and it's Scooby-Doo.
April Fools.
Oh, and the whole thing. Okay, so thing is, okay,
The
fine.
dog did not die.
No, I like it. I like it because like the whole thing with this is that it's not necessarily films. It could just be an episode. It's just is the name of a story. So it could be a Scooby story called the Scooby Drum, where they think that this thing has been made out of Scooby. And when it was revealed that it is Scooby, in fact, it has not been made out of Scooby. It's been made out of Scrappy. But they never.
The world would go, yay!
And after there, Scooby-Doo gets good again.
So it's like wrestling. They'll go heel for one episode and then come back.
And come back, and it's just the original crew.
See, to me, Scooby sounds like a drug in the Elder Scrolls universe, as well as Skooma. There's Scooby.
Kids family.
Scooby Snacks.
The
Let's call it
drug
Riddling.
makes you. Yeah, no, I can't tie it back to Kids and Family. Damn it.
Of course, the Scooby Drum might be a poetical license to an art house film, which is a quiet black and white 45-minute documentary on the plight of a man who once lost his Scooby-Doo envisaged toy drum. Kind of his Rosebud homage.
I mean, I think if
I got
anything,
meta on that one.
Yeah.
I think if anything, we're proving that we might not have it in us to write children's stories.
But
Without getting completely Brothers Grimm in this.
Scooby Drum is when you said Ritalin, is basically the tale of Scrappy Doo going to like the education, well, like the psychologist, and being prescribed Ritalin, and it's his slow descent into like just calmness. So you got Scrappy at the beginning, like let me at him, and at the end he's just sort of sat there, sort of.
Oh my
quietly.
god, this is like Drop Dead Fred.
No, I've got the perfect closer. It'd be like Flowers of Algernon, where the last scene of Flowers of Algernon, he turns around and he goes, Harry? So literally the last thing he does is, as he drops lower and lower, the last thing he does is he looks at the camera and just goes, Row?
So what, he loses the ability to talk normally?
So the voice, the Scooby's mannerisms are explained why Scrappy speaks clear diction and Scooby's it sounds like he's been hit in the head with a hammer.
Okay.
It's just like dosed down to
Oh, so it's sort of like Scrappy is what
descent
Scooby could be.
Yeah,
what Scooby could be,
Scrappy's
and they've
descent
just
into Scooby.
and Scooby snacks are the Ritalin that keep him dosed down.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, I admit it's dark, but like the
Kids can handle it.
But the
Yeah.
Moomins was aimed at kids, and Björk did the fucking soundtrack to that film.
Yeah, that's true.
How
So-
about the Brave Little Toaster? That's a dark film.
love the Brave Little Toaster.
So the other thing
Interjection
is
from the audience there.
so the other thing is that let's take Buffy for a second. They call themselves the Scooby Gang
Yes,
because it's taken as a cultural touchstone that we know what the Scooby Gang is.
they investigate.
So we now need to
Knock knock.
move that into children.
Sorry.
We need to move that into a sort of child-friendly sort of. So we got a group of kids who call themselves the Scooby Gang because they've grown up with Scooby Doo. So they're investigators.
They're
So-
almost like the famous five.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like and also I'm
Five go to America.
well exactly. I'm thinking like a group of American kids who call themselves the Scooby Gang.
Americans.
Americans. Yeah.
Make Americans great again.
It works like both ways. So I'm thinking like about a bunch of kids who call themselves the Scooby Gang.
Not
and
for that song Kids in America, because then you'd be Kids in America.
Oh no, but again, like however I cut that story, it gets really dark.
There it is. You can't do it. We are not wired. Like if we aim for kids films, we come out Psychoville. You know, we're not wired in that general direction.
We go in like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and then we come out with Lamb to the Slaughter. We sort of.
Oh, dude, you can go in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and come out with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That film is fucking twisted.
True.
As the boat is going faster, fuck off.
Tom's
But
just
it's
looking
true.
confused.
The snosberries do taste like snosberries.
I'm still trying to turn it around to a kids' film.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Scooby Drum. No, everywhere I look at it, I'm skinning the dog.
Yeah, damn. God damn.
The way you could turn it into a kids' film is Scooby-Doo is slightly depressed because he's never found his people. Like, oh no, you could do it.
There's no other Great
no.
Danes in that entire show.
Yeah.
You've got
Yes, there are.
Scrappy,
There are
and you
three.
They're
think,
trying to get laid.
There are 3 other Great Danes regularly in the show.
Yeah.
They're all related to Scooby.
Exactly
but
his
no.
plight.
but
Well,
yeah,
his
he's
pedigree.
the Scooby Drum is basically his call to find his like tribe,
Mate.
or his mate, if you want to put it that way.
Wait. Are you describing Scooby Avatar?
Yes,
Fair.
Scooby-Doo, the Avatar adaptation.
He
And it
fucked
turns
through his
out there
tail.
was a man who was disabled that was operating a robotic Scooby-Doo the entire time.
Yes.
He would have gotten away with
With
it if
severe
it wasn't for
PTSD.
pesky plot lines.
Okay, cool. So
Oh, fuck off. Screw this topic.
yeah, no, absolutely fine. However, like listeners, if
Avatar.
It's
proof
sort
that
of
if you throw enough
the
money
problem
at
was
it.
it sort of tied you into the whole Scooby-Doo thing. I think that was the whole...
I mean, yeah, that's the thing.
soon
Like,
as
with
it said-
Scooby, you've only got Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
So, but listeners, if you've got an idea of what the Scooby Drum story could be in terms of like a kids movie,
Wait for it, Bryce.
please just send in your synopsis to emails at pottopicpodcast.com.
2 in a row.
Taz, if you say it one more time, you summon it.
Do you know what? I would actually really like to get.
What?
Like, I'd like to get our listeners even more involved. If we could have emails.
At pottopicpodcast.com.
Yeah, indeed.
But
They've invented Twitter.
that's a fifth pot,
Fuck
Taz.
Twitter.
Oh no, another pot. Oh, what a shame.
No, it's not another pot.
What? That would be the worst thing in a show called the Pot Topic Podcast ever.
I've always said if you send us an email, we'll read it out. There's no pot there.
How many pots is too many pots?
We've yet to find it.
When
my
it looks
friend.
like the
We have
Mad
yet to
Hatter's
find
Tea
it.
Party.
So far we're at 4. I reckon we could
And-
do 6.
And only one of them is a teapot.
Power of 2. I reckon we could get to 16 and get just be as fun.
Do you remember the glory days when we had a pot and a beanie?
Oh yeah, that was it. Very first few shows.
And the pot would always fall over while you were driving,
Yeah,
which means we lost so many topics to
yeah,
our motor.
we did. Anyway,
Oh, glory days.
All right, okay, cool. So here we go from the host pot, the hot pots. Captain Sickbeard. Dom, you ask.
All right, Dom.
I do.
Many people know my alias. What alias / avatar / screen name have people had over the years? So we're talking about, I don't know, I guess like gaming and online aliases.
well, you're
and nicknames.
Taj Spaz. What was it? Spagmatic. No, hang on.
Well, I mean, I've had alternately Spage, the Spage Phantasmic, I've had Cannibalistic Frog, and I've also had Scanty Chipmunk.
You bastard, you got it before me.
Which one? What names? Tom, you've always been like Head Grebo.
I've always been Head Grebo, which is quite funny because it's only bit me in the arse recently.
Oh, really? Why is it? How so?
Because I had a Scottish boss who knew what a grebo was. It's a northern term for a greasy, no good mettler. So, yeah, I got the name Head Grebo because in secondary school I was the only one who dressed up like I listened to metal. So that was it. That was literally it. So I've always used that.
I
as
did
my
have
alias everywhere.
on Gaia. Is it Gaia.com? The RPG.
I don't know Gaia, but
I think it's Gaia.com or whatever, but basically it's like it's kind of role playing thing. It was kind of like the storytelling step, like take Neopets and add storytelling to it. And I think that was Gaia.com. But there was, I had Kellen and, my little beast that I had with me the whole time was, Pigeon, which, you know, these made it into things I wrote about. They were names I ended up using. And also, oh shit, what the fuck did I call myself when I was playing, Triple Triad Advance? Can't remember. Never mind.
to be fair, in RPGs, I always call myself "How you doing?" just for the sake that occasionally they'll say, "Hey, how you doing?" Or I always put, if you need to name a familiar, a horse, or a pet, or a friend, or whatever, it's always me Fanny. Which, if you play Twilight Princess, the Zelda game, there is a beautiful moment about half an hour in where Link shouts out, "Ow, me Fanny, that really hurt." And since that moment, it's set in stone, I will always call the second character me Fanny.
Usual pseudonyms are Krusty Buff Muffin.
Krusty Buff Muffin or
Yeah.
Krusty Butt Muffin?
Krusty Buff Muffin.
Okay.
And
It's a shame. Butt Muffin would be so much better.
Oh, I used to use Chili Willy Milly Vanilli quite a lot.
That's pretty good.
I won't lie, it's a line from Hot Shots.
Oh god, it is.
Yeah, it's just, it makes me laugh every time.
Dom, have you ever had anything other than Captain Sickbeard? Oh, you
Sneak
must
Dante.
have. You
There
must
is
have.
Sneak Dante. There's also the one I use most is Tech Dante. Because of
Tech Dante.
Tech Dante. It's the
Okay.
one. It's the one I sort of.
That's when he's
I've-
going cyberpunk.
It's the one I've used for years, and It would have been my
Your name is Mad
Instagram
Inferno.
Instagram handle if I hadn't got the Instagram account and then forgotten the password.
Fair play.
So I've got the account and it's a picture of me on the account, but I can't remember how to access it, and I've lost the email account.
Where's the hackers when you really need them?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing about, like online aliases,
Is
I've always found a little weird.
It doesn't have to be online. It could be a written pseudonym.
Because I've gone by many names in real life. In one
What the
pub,
Actually, to be fair, yeah, let's go with that.
because
Interesting
in one
question.
pub in Romford, my nickname was God.
Why?
I was absolutely off my.
Because thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
I was absolutely fucked off my head and was just walking table to table, just being friendly and getting to know people, and then distributing advice in a Jesus-like manner, and all the shit fucking hit. I had no idea what I was saying, but apparently I was on form that night, and like this lovely group of people that I really got on with, they came up and were like, "Fuck me." I think I was trying to explain existentialist philosophy to one person, quoting Van Halen.
You got to jump.
The thing is, it fucking works. Well, it works. But yeah, I just had this night where for some reason my drunken bollocks had come all the way round to fucking this crystalline moment where for one night Eddie's on form. And I'm just not dropping a beat the whole night. And
I mean, to be fair, I'm impressed. If you're fucking a crystalline moment, that's got to be very shredding for your dick.
To be fair, I had
Dick.
I had the exact moment at the after party after hospitality because every single member of that house party had called me an arse.
But yeah, but usually there's some derivation of the word Joker somewhere in there.
See, I mean,
So real life aliases.
real life aliases.
Oh,
know-
and my name's not Eddie.
See, the best one I
Oh,
can...
yes, of course.
Yeah,
Taz.
yeah, to be fair.
Right, Sickbeard, Taz, Eddie, Tom.
To be fair, Diola for all time will be... If you need to get hold of... Like, if you need to draw attention from Diola in a party, it's loud, it's noisy, you can't shout Diola at him because he's not listening. What you need to do is shout Tim.
Oh, yeah, if you shout Tim at Diola, you will absolutely
You will
get it.
every time get his attention.
I find
because my
Contiki
dad once
has
called
some
him...
good results.
Okay. Tim always works and it's very short and very sharp. My dad had the massive difficulty of being middle class and white that he couldn't
That must have
say
been so hard for
Diola.
him.
So he called him everything between Dematola,
Damalola. I'm sure.
Damalola.
At some point, was he just naming foot fungus creams?
It got ridiculous to the point where my dad actually called him Tim by mistake. And from that moment on, I will always call him Tim.
Was it like a brain fart? Like we've tried every possible enunciation of this.
Yeah.
Fuck it, Tim.
Tim, fuck it, I can't be asked anymore. But it works. You shout Tim in the middle of a party, Dale will look straight at you. Every time.
Can my balls be out while I'm doing it?
I'm sure you'd appreciate that.
Wonderful.
Any other real life aliases?
Well, I mean, obviously, I've got Taz.
Have you? Should give it back.
Which, I don't know, I took, I suppose, a young age. Again, this was a nickname I took myself. But the second I started saying Taz, everyone just started running with it.
Yeah.
And I think it's because, like,
You're the Tazziest Taz
Taran's
ever
a pain
Taz
in the
Taz.
arse to say.
sorry?
Taran's a pain in the arse to say.
Well, no, it's not. Taran is a very easy thing to say. Taran is a difficult thing to remember, apparently.
From my angle, I have a very, very good friend called Taryn, Tarryn, and she's
that's
not
wrong.
you.
It is entirely wrong.
So it was
also, I mean, in Hollywood now, we've got Taron Egerton, who is the lead in the Kingsman films.
With an O.
Yeah, that's wrong.
But so I differentiate with Taz and you, and then I started calling her Taz for a while. So now I just confuse myself.
See,
Saying,
Fair dues.
sorry, go on.
I was saying, I saw the new Kingsman film last Friday.
Oh,
You
how is it?
bitch.
I'm
There are some slow moments, but it's good.
Yeah, I was going to say,
It's
I'm
good.
really
Right,
good.
and
there's one really uncomfortable moment, but it's well worth it.
No
Perfect.
spoilers, but how many anal jokes in this one? Can you believe they cut?
Probably a fair few.
They cut the anal joke from the first one in the TV release version.
Definitely
Oh, no.
2.
Definitely two.
If you save the word, we can do it in ass. Okay.
I really want to make. I really want to spoil one a little bit.
Go on, fuck it.
Okay, all I'll say is one of the anal jokes is from Elton John.
Beautiful.
That's
Let's leave
all
it
I'm
there.
saying.
He's a rocket man.
I mean, I've been hearing that Elton John is terrible in that film because, obviously the dude can't act.
No, he can't.
Shit, I've just remembered another alias. You're right, Pudding.
Well, also
Heather and me call each other Pudding all the time.
Also, Heather has referred to herself as Demonica for a long time, which has now become her D&D name. When I finally get that group
To be
together.
fair, it was her WoW character name.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a character from Final Fantasy X.
Is it?
Yeah, that's where I got it from. My brother had the
At some point, we're
Monsters
just
book.
playing tennis with you.
Unalesca. Unalesca was taken on World of Warcraft, so I went for Demonica because I was looking through the world Final Fantasy X.
Where does
Wait.
Unalesca come from?
Wait.
Final Fantasy X.
Wait. You called yourself Demonica.
That is my World of Warcraft character.
Wow. So basically, for you, that was Demonica.
I hardly know her.
Well, fucking
I had
played.
to watch that sink in on you.
Yeah, good.
I did before playing World of Warcraft. I used to. My brother, his gaming name was Reload, with all of the E's as 3s and the A as 4.
Elite Hacksaw.
So I used to do Heather with the 3 and the 4s when I used to play Call of Duty Online, when it was the first one when it came out. Also, I call Diola Lily and he calls me Sarah because we text each other and he said Lily instead of lol, and then I replied saying Sarah, and I don't even know what I was meant to say, but I said Sarah.
Actually, there is one that I've always. It's just my initials just spells out Doc. So
Marty!
literally, my nickname has always been like at school and stuff, just Doc.
Sorry, I assumed Back to the Future it could have been Snow White. Which one was it? Please say Back to the Future.
It was more what's his name? Bugs Bunny.
What up, Doc?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that, Doc?
Well, when I walk into the house, if I think no one's in, I will scream dickhead because Kimmy might be in her room. And that's what we call each other.
My nan called me Pooh Bear.
So, I mean, the reason...
Because you couldn't get your head out of her pot?
No, it's because
Just like Winnie the Pooh. So Eddie looks like he's just stalled.
I'm just really conflicted because at one point I love him, and at another point I'm going to kill him, and on the third point that shit was too funny.
So, the reason I quite often using Spadge included in my...
It's a wonderful word.
It is.
That's
The
the
reason
start of a musical number. It's a wonderful word.
The reason I use Spadge a lot is because in the original Worms, the Team 17 team,
of course.
there was
Yes,
Spadge, there was Bad Boggy B, there were two others.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the other two. There was a Dox or something. But, like, anytime I played original Worms, Spadge would always be the one who fucks me up. So I ended up taking that on as a moniker. So, sometimes I'm Spadge, sometimes I'm the Spadge Phantasmic. But, that's where that comes from. It all comes from Worms.
My favourite moniker of all time is actually from South Park, and it's Stan's, which is just love to spooge. It just makes me laugh every time.
No, there's one I'd quite like to take on, and it uses an umlaut.
You.
Go on then.
Well, no, because I've been learning German, and the umlaut creates the long sound of O. If you have an umlaut over an O,
It's ooh, yeah.
so it becomes oo. So I was just going to rename myself Dom with an umlaut, so I become Doom.
Boom.
Which, on talking to my German friend, was just like, she didn't understand it, but I was just like, but it is actually quite funny. She's like, no.
Oh, wait, a German didn't have a sense of humour. Shocking.
So my favourite thing about the umlaut is people who don't know what accents do to letters. Yeah. When they read Lord of the Rings, to them, it's got to look like something like Mount Dumb. But it is in fact Mount Doom.
Yeah.
My favourite thing about the umlaut is when I learned German in school, they had a little book with a little pig called Franzig. And they made like 2 eyes over an O for the nose and the eyes.
In umlaut.
Yeah, for the umlaut. And it taught you all your pronouns with your umlauts and stuff. And
so did you understand what I said really badly at the beginning?
yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I was drunk a lot back then. So that shit's just funny to me.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Tom, I think we've reached
Covered.
exactly as far as we're going to get with that one. So get us one from Sophie's chest.
Another one from Doc Mantis Toboggan.
Ooh.
Oh my dear.
Oh,
Oh my
no.
days.
Oh, what's the
Oh my
answer?
days.
Oh, no.
Oh my days. Slowest form of communication. Hey! Hello, Beth. I'm doing quite well. I'm cranking out a 2-page essay due in 3 hours. I'm currently attending North Arizona University, and I'm loving it. Loving college so far. That's it.
I'm assuming
How's college going now?
Yeah, I think he's just started, isn't he? Hang on, let me look when this was actually written,
yeah.
because this was not written that long ago. Because he only just started uni.
Yes.
I love
yeah,
that you're
it's not
following
been
it
that
like a
long.
soap opera.
Yeah, beginning in September. So, he's in university. We've got some really young listeners.
Aww.
All that stuff about Scooby dying and
Wicked. As we always do with as long as formal communication. Tom, do you want to grab another one from the pot?
Sure.
And we'll, yeah.
I've got to write down that topic as well, but go for it.
Dr. Mr.
Doc Mantis.
Mantis Toboggan, we will make sure to pass that on to Beth.
Oh, dear Lord.
It's another one. Please say it's another one.
No, it's from you, Captain Sickbeard. You're right,
hello.
Dom. Describe the last porn you watched as badly as possible.
Do you want to start that one off?
Yeah, let me go first then. So it was a small Asian femidom wanking off a guy, telling him not to come, whilst wanking him off constantly for about 15 minutes. It was quite funny.
Okay,
I wasn't actually wanking at the time. It was just hilarious.
Okay, so for me, I would describe it. The last thing I watched would be horrendously racist if the recipient wasn't fucking loving it. It's all I gotta say.
I'm just trying to think how to describe it. Amateurs doing things they haven't tried before and not really liking it.
Okay, my go. Drivey woman being passenger. Passenger also woman. Woman decided to play with Fufu. Drivey woman like this. So drivey woman pulled over and also played with Fufu. Everyone was happy.
Okay, so this is like the exemplification of
Describe that.
It's fake
Well-
taxi.
well, yeah,
it's
ba-
female
basically,
fake
it's
Female fake taxi. Sorry, beg your pardon. Female fake taxi.
all woman, ass, grass, cash, or gas.
No, that's
Yeah.
it described well.
All right, okay, so I believe you have one from the pitch pot for us.
The
That's
last
a big
Lost
one.
Stranger Story saga.
Oh shit, we haven't had this in a while.
What is this?
So okay, so in this pot there is a saga. There's a bunch of stories that
I'm pretty sure I was here for the last one.
So is this the Kai super topic of the pitch pot?
Oh, I think
essentially. So I believe the first story was the story of the stranger or something like that, in which we
me,
decided the
you
story
are-
was a stranger turned up to a village and everyone lost their shit and then killed each other, killed one another because there was a stranger. They didn't know what they wanted. So what was the name of the
Sequel?
of the story?
The last day of the story.
The last day of the story.
The last
Interesting.
day.
Yeah. Okay. So you need to scribble out. So the last day of the story.
Well, obviously you've all seen Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
So we've just had a slaughter
With you.
in a Western village. I believe the original story was in a Western village. It was like Clint Eastwood, wasn't it?
It was.
It was that kind of
It was
the man with no name kind of.
Yeah, it was
style
kind of
It was
but
story.
sort of
Sex.
modern Western.
So we're talking the last day of the story is basically a 1920s-esque musical dance number. Stick out your tush.
So what I do
in the
actually,
Simple
I'm
technique
working
with
for
the-
Mel Brooks.
Exactly, with a pie fight at the end.
well, see, what I'm
Last
thinking
day of the
is
story.
but based on the story we did for the
The Day of the
can you pass
Stranger.
me the topic?
Jesus turns up and went,
was-
I was only kidding.
No, is it like
Is
Pulp
it a
Fiction
sequel?
and Memento where they don't really run in the original order? So basically, the last day of the story is the last of the film, but you're seeing it
Before everything else.
and then the films then work backwards as you basically it answers all the. So what I'm particularly saying is basically we figure out this film, and then every other film on the super topic then has to somehow tie
no.
into the rest of the film.
Are you
no.
dark towering
Yes.
the pitch pot?
Yes, I am.
So actually, what I'm thinking is the original story was a stranger turned up. It was the story of the stranger or something. The stranger turned up, and this entire village went mad, kind of trying to deal with what the stranger was doing. And all the stranger was doing was just being there, not saying anything. Now, I think the last day of the story is a particular story of like a couple or like a particular family and how they dealt with the last day of before everyone killed themselves. Like that story and how that resolved. So you've got one member who is like sucked into the story of the stranger
That's what I'm
entirely.
saying. Maybe he's losing his head and she's being level-headed, going like, "Well, what's the problem? He's just some random guy. Why are we all worried about him?"
Well, yeah, okay, let's absolutely take for granted that the woman in this is the level-headed one and the dude is the one who ends up killing himself. So the last day of the story is the story of this one family where the dude goes off. He goes and kills himself, but it's a drama based in this family.
Could it be like a one scene? So basically, she's.
It could be a short story.
It's a one room thing where she's desperately trying to persuade him not to leave to go and kill himself, and just trying desperately like to reason with him, and he's every moment he's just like, nope, I'm going, but off I go.
Yeah,
You should come
no.
with me. Like he's trying to interject and trying to persuade her at the same time, and she's going, I can't do it.
But hang on. She's trying to delay him with the most mundane tasks possible. Like, oh no, you haven't fed the cat yet. You haven't taken out the rubbish. You said you'd put up that shelf.
Yeah, that
What about-
door's been squeaking for 6 months.
You haven't cooked dinner for the kids yet.
Yeah, so she's trying everything possible to delay him on the whole moment of
Murdering himself.
him, killing himself.
Okay, so
What about the pigeons in the attic? You haven't sorted them fuckers out yet.
Could I make an alternate pitch?
Go on, then.
go for it.
So
It's got to feed into the
so the last
into
film,
the general narrative.
Stranger Villagers Mass Death. Yeah.
Yep.
So straight after, a young boy, not of the village, happens to pass by and witnesses the carnage, and sees just walking off into the shimmering haze the stranger, and then the stranger just stops and turns back a little bit, then carries on walking. The boy, horrified, then spends the next 40 years running from this stranger, covering untold amounts of miles and having happenstance adventures along the way.
So the stranger's already chosen
With
him.
a pocket watch up his arse.
Big time. For 7 years. Uncomfortable. Hunk of junk. And then, as an old grizzled man, he's left out in the desert. His horse has just fucked off. He's died of dehydration. He just empties the last couple of drops
He got
of the
better.
I'm
canteen.
just saying, did the horse have no name?
Yes.
The horse with no name. That would be such a different film.
And as he gasps his last breath, the last man to remember that village ever existed sees a silhouette coming out through the haze.
Oh, okay. How about this? Right. The last day of the story is that the one survivor of this village is a child. Let's say teenager, kind of, or yeah, it's all only just teenager.
Adolescent.
This is the West.
So,
a teenager is already married. Let's call it 8.
But the last survivor, the only one who didn't end up dying in the fracas over the fact that this stranger had turned up, decided, having watched the ruin that had been visited upon his town, chased after the stranger and killed him. And in killing him, realized exactly the function the stranger was serving and had to take it on from there.
Ooh. I like that.
So
the last story is his story of becoming the stranger.
At this point, the stranger becomes
Black Pirate robbers.
Well, no, it's like
No, Princess Bride. You know when Carrie says I wasn't the first black pirate and neither was the black pirate before me.
Yeah,
we just inherit it. So basically, it's like the Dread Pirate robbers.
Yes, yeah. Okay, there we are. Okay, cool. So this is the story that brings it back into social consciousness. So the first one was like a cult classic, and then years and years later, this story was visited, and then it made its way to Cannes, and then this is how the story and the stranger.
I love that you're covering the press for the story.
You have to. You absolutely have to.
You have
otherwise
to plan
it makes
this
no sense.
into the writing.
So the last story is the eternal story.
Yes.
So it's basically the story that the stranger is eternal. It's just the story.
Wait, the 90s pop band, or
I was going there. I was desperately trying to think of a track to make a joke out of. The only thing I could do was stay.
You're talking to the wrong Ryan. Ask Beth. I don't know.
Beth, if you know which track I should be referencing right now, write in with an email to
emails@podtopicpodcast.co.uk. .com.
Damn it, so close.
I'm not the only one who fucks up.
.net, .biz, .xxx,
everything.
Okay.
Send an email to biffinsbridge.net. You'll get it to me. Done.
or dash dot dash dot
Morse code.
Dash.
Is that topic done?
I mean, I reckon so. I mean, I reckon that story tells itself in and of itself, and also creates the opening for the rest of the series.
Plus, also
the long lost after story.
Every single film that follows this, every single story that follows this, you always have to ask yourself, who's the stranger this time?
Ooh,
is it a stranger I already know about, or is it another stranger?
Is it the new stranger?
It's like Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson's.
It's all about Neeson's.
So,
I have a particular set of skills.
Are we done?
That's over 2 hours, mate. Well over 2 hours.
Excellent.
So, does anyone have anything to plug?
Me.
Go for it, mate.
Sneak Dante on Instagram. At some point, an email address if you want stuff built.
Emails at sneakdante.com.
Maybe it's Sneakdante. Yeah. So yeah, there'll be an email address. There'll be a website when I finally build it.
But for now on Instagram,
just on Instagram.
How much shipping is Rickard going to pay?
I don't know. Rickard. World's slowest form of communication. How much shipping are you willing to pay?
For what? What are you going to provide him?
Whatever he wants.
Beer mats.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hot topic beer mats. Made to order.
Actually, no, everyone. Just email in.
Yeah. Okay, this
From
is
where you are, Doc Mantis. Go on, get on this.
This is the first merch. If you want a Pot Topic Podcast beer mat, I don't know how much they cost.
And remember, Christmas is just around the corner.
What, I mean, I
imagine they're from Offcut, so it doesn't cost you much.
I assume
I resawed a piece of firewood for them just as an experiment.
No, they work pretty fucking well, mate.
Oh, they're amazing. So, if you want one of the Pot Topic beer mats, go reach Dom at his Instagram.
You just got merch.
At Sneak Dante.
I'll buy 6.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
How much postage you willing to pay?
I'll pick it up.
Nothing then.
So you're out of money.
No, I'll pay for them.
No, mate's going to rob you.
Okay.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Eddie, you got anything to plug? Taron, you got anything to plug?
Oh yeah, of course I do.
We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you.
It could be anything, can't it?
Yeah.
It can be if you've got nothing personal to
I've
plug.
got fuck all. But don't look at me.
Oh, I've got
nothing
one
personal.
other thing, but I'm going to plug it in a minute.
All right, cool. Go on then, Eddie.
No, fuck it. I want to hit dumpster.
All right.
No, what?
Go on, Dom. Go on,
I was
Dom.
just going, go to Bletchley Park. It's actually a really cool thing. Like, one of the things I learned was that the fact that it was kept secret for post-war until like the 70s. There were 12,000 people working there at the end of the war.
I'm going to say, for those people that don't understand, that's where Alan Turing broke the Enigma
If you
code,
see-
along with his team, obviously, but...
Yeah, if you've seen The Imitation Game, go to
love
Bletchley
that
Park.
film.
Here's a proviso: the ticket you buy, which is £18, will last you the year. You can go in as many times as you want.
Oh, you shouldn't
cool.
have told me that. Because like, Alan
£17
Turing is like my personal hero.
Yes, and literally, me and my friend went on Saturday. We didn't get round half of it. I'm going back there.
Oh, God.
Nice.
All right, I'm going to come with you, because I
Nice.
really want to go there.
Next.
Eddie?
Shit, I forgot.
Taryn?
Okay, so I'm gonna plug 69s. Because, like, 69s...
I'm going to argue.
Can you put in a URL? So, pornhub.com. Search 69.
Well, no, I mean, just 69s in general. Like, there's nothing more lovely than... Obviously, this is not, like, a full-time... This isn't, like, the peak of where you're going to. But to start off in sexual exploration, mash your genitals into another person while they're mashing their genitals into your
You're
face.
so romantic.
It's a nice way to start. Just do some 69s.
It's a nice way to finish, to be fair.
Well, I mean,
It's a pretty nice way to finish.
for us, I mean, it's a bad angle to go in for a woman, but for a woman to receive. But other than that, 69s.
What are you doing wrong, Heather? Can you point out on the mic? That says it all.
Well, no, this is this is simple biology. Like, going in upside down is not the best way to approach clitoris, so that's a simple fact. But anyway, do you some 69s, have fun, and then do some good fuck from there. Boom.
Okay, Eddie. Do some good fuck.
Thinking of 69s, really.
Everyone, take a moment. Let's just remember the moment we're in. Issue 69. Just remember that last time you did it and imagine how lovely it was.
If you happen to be doing it
Plug that
during
hole.
listening to this podcast,
You need to get on.
kudos.
Oh my word. If you're doing that, email in. Doc Mantis, you're at university now.
Okay,
The
but
world is your fucking oyster.
You can finish before you email. Because, like, you don't want to multitask.
However, if you want to record the 69 and then send that to us,
It'll sound a little bit something like this.
Taz, you also had a Donald Duck quality.
Tom, what do you want to...
Sorry, this just reminded me. Did you watch the thing where Kim Jong-un did his whole speech where he called Donald Trump a dotard?
Oh, yes.
And how wonderful the word dotard is, because it means a completely useless
Dotard.
old person.
What I'm slightly worried about is basically, at the moment, we're heading to World War III on the basis of what essentially is a Twitter war.
And can I just say, like, it wasn't Kim Jong-un that said that word, because it was translated. The translator
Decided
knew
what
the
he-
word.
The translator knew what.
What a genius! Like, that has some context behind it. Like, well done, Kim Jong-un's translator. That was fantastic. Anyway, Eddie,
Hello.
what you got?
I'm just thinking of King Jong-un's.
Okay, so I'm going to go on.
Translator.
So, fuck it. We talked about rap. Let's go with horror. With spelt H-O-9909.
Well worth listening to.
I will give you some clues of which tracks to listen to first. So go listen to Bone Collector so you can hear some, kind of that weird, grimy, wobbly, experimental stuff. That'll give you a taste. Then probably go to Street Power. That'll give you some punky kind of thing. Disciples is a good track. And then once you realise that, oh, this is a great hip hop act, maybe go listen to the track named That Blue N-Word from Hellboy. Referring to Ape Sapien.
Tom,
An amazing track name. an amazing track.
Sorry, I was sniffing a lot because I was laughing with a mouthful of
That
liquids.
blew in from Hellboy.
I remembered what I was going to say.
Go on, Eddie.
Julian Barrett show on E4. It's called Flower.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about this earlier.
Yes.
Go on.
Dark, gritty, funny, very Barrett. And it's got, I forgive me, I can't remember her name, but she was a WPC in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, no, I can see her name. She was
Yeah.
in...
Greenwich, she's in everything. She's amazing.
Innuendo.
Or is it? Wait, in Greenwich, it's not Tamsin Greig, is it?
It's
No,
you know
it was-
the three receptionists outside the manager's office in Greenwich. She was the one who was always picked on.
Oh,
She was the one in Peep
Olivia.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Mark's, like, love interest in Peep Show.
Yeah. Olivia, what's her name?
Yeah. She is amazing in it, and Julian Barrett is awesome. And you'll keep saying the words too much butter. But
Cool.
yeah, go check it out, please.
All right, Tom, read us out.
Cue the music. So share and tell a friend. It's the only way we're going to get more listeners. The website is pottopicpodcast.com. Go there to submit your topic and find our various links and shit. Our social medias, just search Pot Topic Podcast on all your platforms. You'll find us. And send your emails and audio poll pot topics to emails at pottopicpodcast.com, and we'll share them on air.
3 times.
Rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher, 5 stars, bitches, or whatever platform you listen to. Actually, just review us. I don't care. I haven't even checked. I just do it. Fuck it. I'll go check this tonight. Why not? Like the video on YouTube if that's how you prefer to listen to us. And of course, thank you all for listening to us tonight and listening to our Audio 69. We're filleting you, and you listening to us is filleting us. And of course, thank you all the hosts for blowing me whilst I blow you. And Taron.
I would absolutely love to give a massive shout out to Orangafruüp with 2 U's and an umlaut for the use of their songs Trippples with 3 P's. Trippples with 3 P's could be
I
found
don't know now.
on their self-titled album Orangafruüp with 2 U's and an umlaut. You should go find it. It's on Bandcamp. It's on like a number of places. Go find it, buy it. You deserve that sort of joy in your life, and they deserve your money, Tom.
Especially Tim. He's just had a baby.
Hey, yeah, you're supporting an infant.
Yes,
you go
you're-
buy their albums, you are supporting an infant. You are putting milk in that baby's mouth.
Oh, my
So,
No, I'm not even going to say that.
with that said, issue 69 done. Put milk in your baby's mouth. And can I get a resounding, self-flatulating Boshdi?
Oh, my brain just went to a very bad place.
You really like.
Fuck it. Well, I'll worry about voices later. I'll just pre-state for the time being.
Try a Kent accent.
I have a fucking home counties accent.
There you go. One you can do. That's
And
one.
I don't know how I have it. I grew up in fucking Mottingham.
Mottingham or Nottingham?
Mottingham.
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 Where's Mottingham?
It's between Bromley and Eltham. Sorry, Eltham.
Between Lee and New Eltham on the train.
Is the home of the Lost H.
Mottingham.
I thought I thought my home.
Home with the absentees. Yes!
That's it. That's the funniest thing you're ever going to say, and we got it on record. I thought my home county was the held the honour of destroying the human language.
No. Just no. Essex has the honour of destroying the British culture. Not the English language. Two very different things.
Because the dropping of T's and blowing of H's is called estuary English, and it's basically based around Essex and Kent. Between the two of us, we're two nations of just ambassadors of shit. That's why I moved from one to t'other.
Right, I suppose, fuck it, let's go then. Everyone ready with their boner jokes?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, of course, it's fucking... Yes, it's number 69.
Yes.
Nice.
I actually wrote mine at 1:30 this afternoon. That's when I decided I was going to be on the podcast.
There we go.
Fiddlesticks. I should have done something 69 oriented.
Don't do that.
Taz, can you get the crook of your elbow all the way to your mouth?
Hang on a minute.
Get it slightly.
Oh, God. We're learning way too much about your habits.
Oh, darling.
Can I just say...
If you vomit on my microphones, I'm not going to be happy.
I have a list.
Oh, God, that is grim.
Taz, I'm quite a liberal, open-minded guy, and the list of things I never want to see again is quite small.
Yeah, God, that is vile.
That's just gone to number 1, and he's locked in my vault.
Good.
Like, even your balls aren't bad enough that they've got in there, but, like, that was...
All right, fuck. All right, here we go. Silence them.
Let's have a break.
Hang on, I'm in the seat. There you go.
We've hit an hour. Let's have a quick...
Should I press pause?
Yes.
I don't want to
Actually,
press
I
stop.
wouldn't bother because I've missed about 15 minutes at the start.
Should we do audio?
Well, no, it's all.
Do you know, I actually tried to play the role of Tom really badly.
Takes a lot of skill to be this bad at podcasting.
It's like Les Dawson.
And that's
you
the
can only
tagline.
play the piano that badly if you are
This
that
is the
good.
third time I've heard the name Les Dawson today.
Really?
What the fuck is going on in my life?
What the fuck?
I know.